Okay, guys, one thing. Perhaps you saw that on the group. I've uploaded 2 combat cheat sheets on our Facebook group and here. So they're in the Star Signs and Combat Aids section. AIDS as in aiding, not the horrible disease. So like there's everything there, like modifiers, stuff like that. If you ever have any problems during combat, you can just check this out. There are maneuvers there. There are even like spells. Yeah. So I've actually just stumbled upon it by accident, and I thought that it's really useful. So I thought that it's a good idea. Anyway, who's making notes today?
I got one more day.
All right. So it's Jason. But first, experience points time. Brian, Catvale, what are you buying?
I don't have enough to buy anything right now.
Okay. Jason, for some reason I want to call you Alejandro. Francisco, sorry.
I didn't get. I wasn't present at the end, so I don't know what I got.
You were?
He wasn't. You got. I have it here. Let me just. What do I do with it? Oh, there it is. You got 70.
All right. Well, that's not enough for anything, so I shall do nothing.
Okay, so you're going to pass. And finally, we have Konrad Oldenhaller, like the guy from Noun. Yeah.
I am going to. I think buy my last wound to take me up to 17.
Wow, 17 wounds, crazy. Excellent. Okay, awesome.
How did I mix up your name last time? Like Boris Bogenhofen or something?
Yeah. You guys were like, oh, Bogenhofen. I was like, I didn't say that.
Johnny Warhammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Harry the Hammer.
My name is Warhammer.
Last time on the 1,000 Crowns. You've returned from Wolfenburg with 3 names. 3 names, and unfortunately, you've returned without one of your comrades. Brave Ulrich and Otto fell in battle against vile abominations, against the change hounds of the archenemy. And Francisco, the brave Estalian, was also horribly mauled. Oh, by the way, Francisco, you were when you were testing last time for sickness. Just so you know, Jason, you've passed. I've used one of your luck points.
Okay.
Yeah. However, after you returned to your party camp, you found the place ransacked, just wrecked completely. Unfortunately. Fortunately, you've gained 2 new comrades. Well, actually, 1 new comrade and 1 old. Konrad Begenhafen, another Templar of the Child, joined your party, sent to you by Helmut.
Oldenhaller.
Yeah. Oldenhaller. It's Oldenhaller, sorry. Yeah, Konrad Oldenhaller, like I said before, of course. Sent by Helmut, joined your party, and also the young but wary acolyte Nils. Well, he's not acolyte anymore, he's now a friar, actually, a friar of Sigmar. Sigmar friar. Also decided to help you, and he invited you to his tent, where he has candy and little kittens, and he also treated your wounds as best as he could. And yeah, he also told you that he's basically at your disposal. Well, his skills are. You have 3 names, which are somehow connected with the whole Chokeweed Extract plot. You have just let me open the book. Thank you. You have Brother Marcus from the Order of the Veil, Karl II from Blue Belts, and finally 1 Dieter van Dorf. You've already checked Karl II, and you thwarted an assassination attempt against the man. And you are en route to the mass organized by the Order of the Veil, which is right next to the child's compound. They gather there every day at noon, I believe. Yeah, at noon, every day at noon.
Yeah.
Brother Marcus holds a service honoring Carl a short distance from the boys' compound. And you know that these services attract many of the poorer members of the crusade who seek to touch the veil of the child and take away the free morsels of food handed out at the ceremony's end. Since last time we've ended with you just walking towards the child's compound, this is where we are starting right now. If you guys want to speak about anything, Jason wasn't present for the last hour of the previous session, so maybe he wants to ask some questions. Maybe he wants to know what's up from you guys. So even though your character was there, of course, Jason.
Okay, so Carl II was investigated and no leads from there.
Right. So we went there and essentially got in his face a little bit about the chokeweed poison wineskins, and they invited us to a meal, and I think my character and maybe another character saw that somebody else, that Carl number 3 was trying to slip something into Carl number 2's food. And so we were able to thwart that, and they were thankful, and so because I think we were potentially going to get into a case where we had to kill all of them, and that didn't happen. And we were then headed off to Brother Marcus.
All right.
That's it in a nutshell. I mean, we had a little bit of back and forth with them, but it wasn't really that big a deal in the end.
Okay.
Yeah, because as it turns out, the poison, the Chokeweed Extract, wasn't bought. Karl II didn't bought it. Karl III, his second in command, his traitor second in command, bought it to poison Karl II, and to usurp his position in the what's the word?
Blue belt.
In the blue belts, yeah. So unfortunately, that's kind of a dead end, honestly. But you are approaching the compound of the main compound of the child, which is number 3 on the map. You can see it.
Yeah.
That's that. Even though, remember, you can't, you had specific orders, you too, Konrad, to not return to the compound. You are forbidden from entering because you are now on a holy mission from Karl himself. You are on a holy mission in the crusade, in the wider crusade. So you know that probably Helmut and the others wouldn't be very grateful if they'd see you. Then again, as you approach the place, you see that the risk of being observed from the compound is very low because the press of people is too great. That said, you do naturally are on the lookout for Eisenbach, for Lord Eisenbach's knights, or for bless you. I don't know what that was. Everyone here, by the way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bran?
Yeah,
Yep.
I heard him.
Okay. Or for Color's guards. So that's that. There is a decent crowd of people waiting for Brother Marcus' arrival, and at the stroke of noon, he and his brothers appear. A hush descends upon the gathered as a dignified line of monks appears from the throng. A tall man, his face creased with worry, leads the procession. He holds a rough staff upright before him, a crosspiece formed by another staff nailed to it. Draped across these staves is a stained garment. Looking closely, you can see the outlines of a form on the dirty surface of the linen. Perhaps the form of an infant. This cloth must be the mysterious veil. People respectfully hold out their hands to touch the garment as the procession continues, short prayers on their lips. The tall man eventually calls for silence, his earnest face scanning the gathered disciples. "I can see some new faces amongst you, my friends," he intones gravely. "For their benefit, I shall relate the story of the miraculous veil this day." There is a soft murmur of approval from those present, which quickly subsides as the tale begins. "It was whilst I was a traveling friar that I first came across stories of a remarkable youth in Marienburg. I lost no time in reaching that great port city as I was searching for meaning in my wandering life, disillusioned with the cult of Sigmar. Well, I found that meaning once I had settled. I spoke to the fisherman who had seen the child. I spoke to the abbess of the orphanage where he was kept safe. I even saw the lad from afar on one occasion, and the conviction that he was indeed special grew in me. You cannot look upon the face of the divine and not be affected. It was years later that the miracle happened. Evil men had come for the boy and taken him away from the tender mercies of the Sisters of Shalia. I was caught up in the mass of humanity, sweeping the streets of Marienburg searching for the lad. Eventually I ended up where I needed to be in order to see our beloved Karl fight off his captors. Hammer in hand and the mark of the comet at his breast, the men had no chance and were slain. I stood like a man enraptured at the sight as Karl fled the scene. It was in my trance that my eyes alighted upon a torn garment on the ground where the boy had made his stand. As I picked it up, my fears evaporated, and the film covering my eyes withdrew, showing me the truth. I held in my hands an artifact of the boy, a garment that had clothed him and taken his marks upon it. This veil! Brother Marcus holds the garment aloft, to great acclaim from his audience, before calling for quiet once more. Since that day, my friends, I have never once doubted the font of Karl's heritage and whence he came. He will lead us to great things, things that will improve us all. Once more there is thunderous applause. When things have at last quietened, those gathered Quewu? Like the...
Q.
Thank
Line
you.
up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Q.
they line up. Yeah, it's a weird word.
It's weird because like there's QUE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Q before Brother Marcus for blessings and the chance to touch the relic of the veil. You are in the middle of this whole mess with Nils. What's your course of action, boys? Go home.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
My arms are folded, and I imagine I would stand more in the back of the crowd.
Okay. So you're
Are
not
they just kind of...
watching? Like, yeah, I don't want to be part of the crowd. You know what I mean?
So are you like all together, or because if Cat Veil is at the back of the crowd, then I would like to hear where you guys are actually. No.
Are we trying to make our way through it?
If they kept walking, that's fine.
Okay. Come again, Jason. Sorry.
Are we trying to get through the crowd to the compound? Is that the goal?
I think
No, because we're not supposed to be in. We're not in the compound, right? It's in front of the compound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some distance from the compound. Yeah.
Yeah. My suggestion would be to because we want to talk to Brother Marcus. Might as well just get in line, unless you guys want to be more officious. But I just figured if we get in line and we say, "Hey, we need to talk to you," that might be the way to go.
I get enough weird looks around here. I think they would be suspicious if I all of a sudden acted like a convert or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm more like watching the crowd for anything weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, so I mean, it's just how do you guys want to? So I'll say, Brother Nils, what do you think? I feel like just getting in line and going up and talking to Marcus that way would be easier than cutting the line and possibly offending his sensibilities.
Very well. I think that you have a very good idea, Herr Konrad. was it Bogan? No, sorry, Oldenhaller. Perhaps it would be wise to know to whom we are going to speak. Perhaps you should ask about this Brother Marcus before.
Yeah, we can.
I told you a bit about him, but even I don't know all that much. We should probably ask people here. Brother, friend Catvale, would you aid us?
I'll find out what I can from the people in the back.
Very well. Francisco, please stay close to me. Your wounds are still severe. I would not see you hurt even more.
All right.
All right. So in that case, if you guys want to speak, then roll me gossip tests and count the number of successes. There are no modifiers unless, I mean, Nils will have a slight modifier because he's a Sigmarite friar. Oh, it's 73. I had a battle. I had a Warhammer Fantasy battle today, and I probably the worst battle rolls in my whole life. So it's good to know that I still can't roll for shit.
So how many times are we rolling?
One each.
Oh,
Woo! Jason rolled 4, so it's all right. So Sean, you have 3 full successes. 31, 41, 51. Yeah, 4 successes. Jason has...
I get cussed out and called a pointy ear.
No, people just, they don't even call you pointy ears because you are clearly a dangerous elf. They just don't speak with you. They just, mutter something like, I'm sorry, I don't know, or, I don't know anything, or please leave me alone, and they just go away. Yeah, because
Damn
you
elves taking our jobs.
Yeah, I mean, they will, of course, insult you behind your back, but never to your face, because, like I've said, you do look badass. All right, so
I say something snide and Eltharin under my breath.
all right. So between Francisco and Konrad, you've learned the following things, and they will be in character spoken. So let me see now. Yes, I seem to recall the name. Okay, so let's say that this was before you've entered the proceedings here. Let me see now. Yes, I seem to recall the name being mentioned. I think they hold regular services where all are welcome. Where? Sorry, I don't know. You've learned that before you've even came here.
Okay.
Now, from people here. Nice people they are. They always have a bite to eat for those of us who have nothing. Very pious men, that Brother Marcus. Ah, them. Yeah, those idiots hold a service by our Blessed Child's compound each day at midday. So yeah, that was also obviously before. Sorry.
Okay.
So the next thing will also be you also learned before. They say the veil they display came from Blessed Carl's back itself and bears his countenance. And this last piece you've learned now, but yeah, from a woman. Brother Marcus looked really worried the last time I saw him. Such a shame for a man as good as he is to have the worries of so many on his shoulders. And that's pretty much it.
He looks worried.
Yeah, and even you saw that when he emerged with his followers. His face was showing the signs of worry. So, after a few minutes, you've gathered back, and probably, you are, I guess you are somewhere in line to reach the veil and to spoke to Marcus. Yeah, Nils also didn't find anything. He looks quite frustrated. You had any luck, friends?
Just a little bit, but mostly stuff we already knew.
We did find out that he seems to be very worried, and we could just assume Nils was with me at the time, but sounds like, and we could see it ourselves, but it seems like, according to those in the crowd, that this is not like him.
Well, perhaps we will be able to learn something more from him if we get the chance. Says Nils.
So is there a cue? What's the the queue too?
The queue is to touch the veil and to receive free food.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you probably know that if you would like to learn anything about the Chokeweed Extract, you would have to speak with the man.
Yeah, that's what I'm intending to tell him, that we need to speak with him when we get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in private. I don't know how we would encourage, convince him to do that. Do we have any authority?
Yeah, because we're wearing the tabards of the Templars of Karl, so.
Okay.
So we have.
I put my hand on like whoever's closest to me's shoulder, and I say to grab a morsel of whatever that is for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. You're saying that to someone.
Yeah. Whichever PC is closest to me.
All right. So let's say that it's Nils.
I want to ask. Are you going to join us in the queue, or in the line? I'm just going to call it a line.
Because
Are you going to join us in line?
I think it's best if I stay out of sight.
So are we being blocked? Is the path to the compound just blocked?
Well, we're not trying to get into the compound.
I know, but I was going to.
Forbidden. Yeah, we've been forbidden from re-entering.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Cadvale if because you can still go to the guards and request supplies, right, Cadvale?
Not exactly. I mean, Cadvale can do that, and he already done that once. But if Helmut or someone would learn about it, there would be trouble. Like Cadvale,
I thought it.
Cadvale did that last time, using his authority. But yeah, Helmut and the rest expect you guys to just do it on your own.
I think Konrad ranks me here too.
Well, I mean, you are still in command, Cadvale, and Konrad, you know that. That said, remember what I told you last time. Helmut told you that if Cadvale would slip, then you can replace him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, Cadvale doesn't know that. Just so we are
for your job, man.
Yeah, just so we are clear.
Yeah.
And it's not Konrad. It's not that Helmut doesn't like him. He is quite friendly for a Sigmarite priest, but even the friendliest of Sigmarite priests will still probably not fully trust an elf.
Yeah.
That's especially since there were assassination attempts on Karl. There was the kidnapping. So the whole inner circle is quite paranoid right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this paranoia actually spreads to the Outer Crusade as well. People are really... It's like a powder keg. Which I'm pretty sure that you guys know about this stuff, all of this stuff right now. With what's going on there. Yeah. I mean the powder keg, naturally, not the paranoia. Okay, so anyway.
What do you mean by that?
What? Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
No, nothing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So that's that. Cadvale, you can of course try and go to requisition stuff. If you wish, but that's risky. That is risky.
Yeah, I'd only do that if we have an absolute plan and a need.
Well, I am. Oh, do we have food? For one, we lost a lot of food. Okay, Nils has food.
You don't know how much food he has, by the way. He told you that he has food, but you don't know how much. After all, he's one man, and he is very thin. So probably he will share what he has with you.
And the forest spirits will always provide, if we ask nicely.
Well,
could they provide me a weapon? Because I can't wield my sword with.
Nils handed you his dagger.
Okay, just a dagger.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
what's that?
He has a staff, so
Oh.
and you can't really use it because one of your hands is completely busted. Yeah, so he gave you his dagger.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Nils looks at you, Konrad. Who should speak with Brother Marcus?
I figure I'll speak to him. Use the authority of my office.
He nods with yeah, that makes sense. All right.
My command.
Michael, I had a shield at the camp when it got ransacked. I just noticed this. Is it not there anymore?
No,
Or, like,
you still have it. You still have it.
I'll offer that to Francisco.
Okay. Francisco, you've been given a shield.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Thank you.
the line is slowly moving, and eventually you have the opportunity to ask for an audience. You can ask Brother Marcus himself, who seems like a very quiet and peaceful man. He wears brown sackcloth robes with a small wooden hammer hanging around his neck, and he's completely unarmed. Which, again, is rather unusual for a Sigmarite, but then again, as you approach the man who's holding the veil, welcome, friends. Touch the blessed veil, and be rewarded in this life and the next. He says, with this slightly distracted, worried look on his face. He says. Like he practices a speech, which he already repeated a few times.
I look at the veil. Is there anything, any fleas jumping off of it? Anything I can see?
No. It's it's a dirty cloth with this shape of an infant, honestly. But it doesn't look disgusting.
Okay.
It just looks very worn.
Okay. I'll touch it and then I'll say, Brother Marcus, is it?
Yes, brother, I am.
Is there a place where we could speak in private? I have some. I'm on the business of the child, and I need to have a word with you.
He looks quite worried. Yes, of course. There's. I'll just handle the veil to one of my trusted followers, and we can speak there. And he points to a place, quite some distance from the gathered crowd.
Yeah.
He passes the veil to, like I said, to one of the other monks, speaks quietly to him, and then gestures at you to follow him, 20 meters from the crowd, 20-30 meters. Yeah. He stops. By the way, all of you are coming?
Well, Nils and Francisco are.
Catveo, what about you? Are you coming with them? Catveo is not here.
I'll kind of follow, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be with them though. Just kind of like, in case something happens, I'm off to the side.
Okay, so you're some distance from. Okay, and of course, Konrad, you are coming to with Marcus as well. I presume. Yeah. Okay. So,
Did anybody get any food?
I forgot to get food.
Nils didn't grab any food because he doesn't
I'll
need
grab.
it. All right, you've grabbed it. All right.
Yeah.
You've grabbed it's literally a few slices of bread, and that's it.
All right.
It's clear that these monks don't have much, but they share it with others. All the same. You stop like 30 meters from the crowd. Brother Marcus looks at you, worried. Yes, what is it?
We are investigating something that has happened in the camp that we feel we need to talk to you about. Did you purchase some flasks from a certain person in Wolfenburg?
No, I didn't, he says, and he looks nervously around.
Why are you so nervous, Marcus? You seem on edge.
Look, I can answer your questions, but you would have to agree to keep everything, I'll say, secret, and to help me collect food for future sermons. My order is running low on supplies. You know that you also have an option to either intimidate him, -10, or charm him on basic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you see that, he will speak to you if you help him.
Well, I have 0 charms.
I have no charm, but I have +10 intimidate. Plus, I also have menacing.
Ooh!
Can I aid to that? Because I have it as well, and if I'm standing off to the side and he realizes he's more surrounded than he thinks, like...
Yeah, you can, of course, you can.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay,
I pull my cloak back and look right at him.
Just so we are know, how are you? Okay, how are you doing this, Sean? How do you want to intimidate him?
I'm not super big, but I'm pretty strong. So I'm going to kind of crowd him and say, "Look here, there is we think a danger to the child, and I will have no man block me in completing my mission. You will tell us what is going on."
Okay.
And kind of flex on him.
Okay. So that's intimidate -10, but you have cut veil right next to you, so it's +10.
Okay.
Nils, of course, is not participating, and he looks horrified when you start to flex on the poor priest. But he's not stopping you.
When I see him, when I see a Conrad's demeanor change, I pull my hood back and I kind of glare at the priest.
All right. Okay. And Francisco is also not actively helping, I presume.
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have it at already at +10%, and then I have another +10% for menacing. So only plus. Well, we'll just roll it and see what happens. Yeah. I'm gonna use a luck.
Okay. And now it's 100, and he gains a heart attack. He gets a heart attack. Yeah. No, you've passed.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
Better. Not great, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you've used your intimidation skills, and you get a confession out of him. You see, the burden of worry Marcus carries has nothing to do with murder, and everything to do with his faith. He tells you that he did buy the poison from Boris, but he has been using it as a dye. In paint and hushed tones, he informs you that the miraculous markings on the veil have been slowly fading. So to make sure that this artifact of the boy remained for all to enjoy, Marcus has been using diluted chokeweed extract to touch up the veil, ensuring the markings remain clear. And after he tells you that, he collapses, sobbing to the muddy ground, tortured prayers spilling from his mouth. Everyone roll a +10 perception test.
Did a perception too.
Yeah, +10. Nice.
There it goes.
All right.
But I'm rolling shitty today.
Oh,
while I was
Woo!
not in.
I will use
Wow.
the luck.
okay.
You two guys were seriously intimidating him while I was looking around.
Alright, so everyone except Konrad passed. You are able to hear hushed conversation from those crusaders nearby as news of a fake spreads like wildfire through the mob. Before long, angry crusaders confront Brother Marcus and things start to get ugly. Although neither you nor Marcus are the targets of attack, a scrum forms around you as the angry mob tear the veil from its mounting and rip it apart. And yeah, the crowd is... You guys need to leave or run the risk of being swept along with the crowd, as the press is so dense. Are you
I'm
leaving?
leaving. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
like later, bro. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, you've left before before being swept along, and good for you. You have discovered that Brother Marcus is not your murderer. However, you have left him a broken man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that.
He left himself as a broken man.
Yeah.
He played himself.
Congratulations, you've played yourself. Yeah.
All right. Now we just have to find this Von Dorf fellow.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna ask you guys what happened. I saw the crowd and I saw you punking him out, but I didn't.
Well, it seems he broke down at his own dishonesty at a most inopportune time, but we found out that he is not the killer. He's using he's using the poison as a dye on that rag. I'd wash your hands if I were you, Konrad.
I asked if anybody got food.
I got a couple bites. I don't know. You said I got a few. I'll pass a piece to Konrad and a piece to Cadfael, and then eat one
I just want to
myself.
smell it.
It's an old stale bread.
If you're just gonna smell it, I'll have that back, and I'll
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you're
I hand it back to you and I kind of shrug. I'm like, poor guy.
yeah, when you're eating the bread, you see that Nils looks a bit worried. Friends, we are. I didn't really want to tell you that, but we might have to procure some provisions soon. Like I said before, I will share everything I have with you, but I don't have much.
Hey,
If somebody wants to
uh,
come into the forest
I-
with me tomorrow
yeah.
morning, we can.
Sigmar's breath! Why, you are a natural, do you know? You hear suddenly behind you someone saying that.
say what? Hand goes to the sword.
You turn around,
Yeah.
you see a pair of men who look like dandies, clearly wearing fine, if threadbare, attire, large floppy hats and wilted feathers, and armed with slim foils. Upon seeing you, specifically you, Konrad, one bows deeply and says, "The child's blessing upon thee!" Why, Rory, would you not agree? He's a natural. The other man steps forward, shaking his head. Indubitably. He seems made for the role. The first man says, "My friend, we are putting on a grand performance in a few days to welcome the child back, and I must say that you would be perfect for the part of Soldier 3. My name is Wilhelm Schumacher. Have you heard of me?"
I'm afraid not, Meinherr.
Oh, I see. Well, if you are interested in participating in the greatest show in the lands, seek me out at the stage. I trust you are trained in theater? No? No matter.
I'm afraid not, yeah.
Yes, you are perfect. Please, now that I have met you, I can't imagine the show without you.
I'll keep it under advisement.
All right. You
So-
are. Yeah, I mean, so in that case, Schumacher says, in that case, I will schedule you for the role of soldier number 3. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And with that, the two dandies bow low to all of you. And they simply disappear into the crowd of the Crusaders.
What
Okay,
was that?
I have no idea. That was weird. Well, I think we should go back to Ali's wagon and see if we can talk to the son and see if he knows who this Von Dorf asshole is. If he's heard of him or knows anything about him.
All right.
What do you guys think?
I could talk to Ahmed. I have a rapport with him.
Okay. Yeah, let's go see if we can get anything from that quarter because we need to gossip or whatever. We need to find out if we can find this Von Dorf guy. But I was just wondering if maybe Ahmed had a line or knew anything about if his dad had any dealings with this person. That might be a way to find him. I mean, if the guy is is really the poisoner.
Well,
Well,
Yeah,
let's say,
we still don't know the connection.
yeah. Well, let's head over there.
you are heading over to Ali's wagon.
Mhm.
And as you're heading over there, you discover a strange thing. You begin to hear songs played and sung in your honor, each of which recounts your brave deeds and exploits. Naturally, of course, nothing from Wolfenburg, but generally, the brave Templars of the Child came. They defeated the evil in the lands, stuff like that. They
Sounds
were
good.
very strong and very brave. The Templars of the Child, they came. Came! Stuff like that. And and like few people in the crowds are singing the songs. They are, of course, very horrible, very badly sung, and full of religious zeal.
I put my hood back up.
Interestingly enough, you in the songs, you can hear the names of Francisco and Otto, but not of Cadvale, Konrad, or Nils. Well, Nils is not a Templar, but Konrad, you guess that probably because he's new, and Cadvale because he's an elf.
Works for me.
Yeah. So you are making your way from number 3 on the map to the red square.
Red X.
Red X, thank you. And it takes you quite a long time to reach this place, pushing through the masses of humanity, through the dirty, disheveled, sick masses. Suddenly, a man bars your way. He is hunched, sick, poor. Templars, please help me. Templars, please. I need you to see the witch. The witch.
Which?
Yes.
What are you talking about, man?
Please follow me. And he points to a nearby patch of tents where a commotion is going on.
I'm gonna start walking over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Just the commotion alone.
Yeah. Well, I'll follow.
The man leads you there, and he essentially tells you that there's a woman. I mean, there's a midwife there, the witch. She attended a woman that gave birth to a turnskin, and you all know what that is. It's a human that quickly reveals its beastman tendencies shortly after birth. It's not even, a mutant. It's a human that becomes a beastman quickly after birth. And when you arrive at the tent, you find it surrounded by an angry mob of crusaders who are calling for her death. You hear that we will roll her down a hill in a barrel full of nails because everyone knows witches have tough skin. If she lives, we burn her. If she don't, well, it weren't one of us that killed her, eh? Templars, says the man. Hey, you carry the authority of the child. Please, state your judgment.
Is there anything from wood elf culture about this?
Yeah, I mean, well, naturally, if the child, was turned, then it should be destroyed. You guess that it already had been like this, but Cadveo, that it's not the midwife's fault.
Okay, so that's my position then.
But the rest of you, it's completely different story. What do
So the
yeah?
So the mother. Wait. So what happened to the mother?
Oh, the mother,
She
sir.
gave birth to a mutant.
Well, yes, but
She went mad with grief, sir. What should we kill her too? We can do that. Make 2 barrels full of nails. When you approach the tent, you see that the mob quietens for a bit. They're still angry and still thirst for blood, but they look at you expectantly.
Is she inside the tent?
Yeah. You guess that that she's probably sitting there with almost certainly some kind of a knife in front of her, just preparing to sell her life dearly if it comes to it.
I say stand aside, and I walk into the tent.
The people stand aside and they let you walk to the tent.
Now, I have academic knowledge law. Would I know what we're supposed to do with somebody accused of witchcraft?
You can roll. Let's see how well you roll.
Okay. I mean, I assume just in general that anybody who's accused of witchcraft, you just immediately kill them. But okay. Now I just had to figure out which one of them is academic knowledge law.
Intelligence.
Okay, that's yeah. Well, I actually okay. There we go. Trying her.
Nice.
No.
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, I mean,
Fill out this form.
If she's a witch, she's a witch.
Yeah.
So.
What do we use to burn witches? More witches.
So, sir, should we prepare the barrel? As the man who brought you here.
What's the woman doing?
She's sitting
what's her
inside.
demeanor?
Oh, are you coming inside the tent?
Yeah, I wanted to go into
Alright.
the tent.
When you go inside the tent is small, cramped. There's lots of stuff, like some few sacks, a small barrel of probably dried fish, a cot, stuff like that. You see a woman sitting on a cot, terrified, she has in fact a knife in her hand, and she waves it in front of her. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I'll kill you! It wasn't my fault. I just helped her give birth to it. It wasn't my fault. Well, Cadveo is so shocked by this. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I put my hand up gently, calm down. Put the knife down.
Alright. Charm.
Charm, okay. I'm not a charming individual. Are you guys doing the same thing?
There's a room only for one person there.
yeah, I'd be staying outside.
Oh god. Okay.
She's not.
No, I didn't know.
She's not going to be. She's not going to come down. I didn't do anything. It wasn't my fault. I've helped so many women, and this one, she gave birth to a mutant, to a monster, and it wasn't my fault. I'll kill anyone who tries to harm me. Anyone.
So get the lamp. Let's douse her tent and be done with it.
Sean, a bit louder, if you wish, if you will.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was eating and I was trying not to.
Yeah, I'm also
I
eating.
said,
Sorry.
let's get the lamp oil and burn her tent and be done with it.
The people are like, yeah, yeah, bring the oil, bring the oil. You know, she of course begins to wail Cadvale. You know, she's like, no, it wasn't my fault.
Can I try to disarm her? I do not have disarm, but
Well, tell you what, if you pass a counter weapon skill test, you'll be able to disarm her.
okay.
So I'm going to roll, you're going to roll, and let's see how well it will go. Roll. Okay. She won.
Stabs you in the gut.
Yeah. Now this time, you've tried to grab the knife. She slashed it in front of her wildly while screaming at the top of her lungs. She opened your sleeve for, you know, by some miracle, she didn't cut you, and you see that this knife is like, it's not the cleanest of blades. Next time, I mean, if you want to do this another time, and this time if you lose, you get hit, you get damaged. Leave me alone!
Okay,
She cries.
Yeah, here we go again. Jesus, it's the same roll almost.
Okay. She won. You've tried to disarm her. She like fell on her back, and when you've, you know, loomed over her, she quickly stabbed you in the leg. Let's see for how much. Oh.
Damn.
Oh man.
We hear this wood elf scream from the tent.
Burner.
That's actually, I mean, alright, so it's like 12. Knife is -3, I think.
-3 damage.
Yeah, daggers minus strength -3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dagger. So 9 total
Where did she hit me?
in the leg.
9.
You guys hear, well, I mean, you see, Francisco and Konrad, you see that the tent suddenly, you know, jerks hard in one direction, and then you hear the woman screaming, and then you hear the scream of pain. Like, first time you've heard scream of pain from Cadvale.
I take 1 wound from that.
Okay. Oh, because you have armor, right? You have mail.
Yeah, and I have a 5 toughness.
Whow, elf with
Jesus.
5 toughness.
Yeah.
Hench.
I've yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, it didn't really hurt you as much as you were surprised by this fact that she, you know, slashed your leg with a knife. The witch is killing a Templar! And, you know, like, the men didn't even wait. The people didn't even wait for the oil. They've jumped the tent, tore it to shreds. Cadveo, you don't know how, but you were simply... You were probably, like, dragged back by some of the Crusaders, and you had sense enough to just crawl back by yourself, because the people simply descended upon the poor woman and beat her to death with their bare fists.
I'm storming off angrily.
Yeah, you guys see that Cadveo, bleeding lightly from a wound on a leg, just moves away from the throng. The horrible screams of this woman being just, you know, massacred echo in your ears. I presume that you guys don't stick around for more, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying
Yeah.
prayers to Isha. I tried to help her.
The tears of Isha.
There will be no witchcraft in the camp. So says the Templars of the Child.
Yes.
And then we leave.
Now you know what to do with witches, Cadvale.
I don't say anything.
There's no bargaining with witches. They must be stamped out.
Reminds me about a situation a few years ago. There was a Polish rapper named Peja, and he had a concert. I don't know where it was, somewhere in Poland. You know, he's very popular, and a lot of people attended. And some guy in the front lines, you know, like shouted like, "Peja sucks," yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And Peja pointed at him, you know, and with microphone, "You know what to do with him."
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the guy like made it out in one piece, but it was it got ugly. I mean, you know, people were like, you know, spitting at him, like you know, just dragging him, stuff like that. There's a whole video from that on YouTube. Yeah, so that's that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, but the justice has been served, and the witch is now dead.
This place makes my heart grow weaker.
As all witches should be. Naturally, Carl teaches that.
Yeah, that witch must have been very powerful to get a blade on you. What sorcery? What sorcery she must have had.
Yes.
You're lucky to get out of there alive.
Yes. No normal woman could have done that.
Yeah. It's such a warrior.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see that Cadveo is pissed. Nils only looks like conflicted, and he just shakes his head sadly. Madness. Madness, I say. Anyway, you make your way eventually to Ali's wagon. You've heard this song about you, songs about you actually, a few times. It's apparently quite a hit with the Crusaders. You eventually reach the outskirts of the crusade to the north, and you see the brightly colored Striganu wagon, although the paint is chipping in a few places. By the way, Cadveo, Nils offers to look at your wound later if you wish to.
You should get that checked out, Cadvale. It could have been a poisoned blade.
I brush it off, and I'm clearly like really mad that happened.
Okay.
You might be next to give birth to a beastman after that.
It's just a scratch.
Yes. Was that sword sterilized?
'Tis but a scratch, my lord. Anyway, you all approach the wagon.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. I shall see if he's there. Come on, roll 20, roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a few seconds, the door opens slightly, and you see dirty boy's face looking at you. Cadvale, it's you, says Ali.
A nod.
Or actually, it's Ahmed. Ali was his father.
Yeah.
I always forget about that. Fuck. Yeah, it's Ahmed. Yeah. What do you want?
How are you? I came to check on you.
I'm fine. I'm doing all right, all things considered. What about you? You look angry.
Yes, this place, it's wearing on me.
I hate this place. I hate that we came here with my pa. Now he's dead. I don't like
I was thinking perhaps we can go out in the forest tomorrow morning and hunt.
Alright, I would like that. and some fresh food would always be nice.
I asked if he knows where Nils' tent is.
He let's see.
I give the general location.
Well, yeah, Nils is with us, so.
Yeah, he knows. He just knows. He said, "Yes, I know where the nice Sigmarite man tent is."
Meet me there an hour before sunrise tomorrow.
I will. Thank you.
Excuse me, Herr Ahmed.
He looks at you, with this rather scared expression.
I'm gonna tell him this man is my friend, and he has some questions for you about your father.
Yes.
We are searching for whoever may have harmed your father. And are you familiar with the name Von Dorf? Do you know if your father had any business with him?
No, sir. I've never heard this name, honestly. Sounds like some kind of a nobleman, honestly.
Yes.
I don't know. But I can ask around. Can tell you tomorrow if you wish to.
Yes. If you can help in our investigations, it would be greatly appreciated.
Very well. I will. I will try and help you. Thank you for looking out for me, Cadvale, he says to you, elf.
I do the equivalent of an elven fist bump, whatever that would be.
Yeah, it's like
Elven bro fist.
Secret elven handshake.
Twice on the heart, once on the lips. Yeah. He just bows and smiles uncertainly and then just disappears inside the wagon, closing the door. It's still pretty early, like it's like 1 p.m. maybe. It's 1:30.
Perhaps we should spend the rest of the day going around the camp and looking for this Von Dorf fellow on our own.
We also need to secure some provisions, says Nils. Like I've said before, we have food for like 1, maybe 2 more days. But after that, it will get harder. Especially since Francisco needs to eat. He points at Francisco, who is clearly sick, by the way.
Yeah.
I say, well, tomorrow morning we're looking for game and foraging in the forest.
Will it be enough? Asks Nils.
It's whatever the forest provides is always enough.
He looks skeptical at you, but all right. He just nods. Very well.
Nils and Francisco, you guys could go and try to search for food while Cadvale and I search for this Von Dorf guy some more. That might be a good way to split up our resources.
Francisco?
I'm okay with that.
All right. So you are, but Sean, were you talking about today or tomorrow?
For the rest of the day today.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So Konrad wants to go around and see if he can, shake this guy out of the trees.
Okay.
So to speak.
Okay.
Before we walk away from the wagon, I'm going to dust some of the cow pies or mud off it with my hand.
Yeah, because you see that the wagon is essentially it's been used as a target practice by few more overzealous crusaders, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I'm obviously not going to clean the wagon, but just kind of like,
Yeah, I know. Remove the majority of the shit from it. Yeah, sure. Okay, sure thing. With that, you split into parties, like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Split the party.
Always a good idea. And so what? Francisco and Cadvale search for food, right? Or was it...
I think it was Nils, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
Nils and
Francisco Nils.
All right. And Catvale and Konrad go looking for Van Dorf, right?
Yeah, do we even have a starting point on that, though?
No.
Oh,
That's
God.
true.
Well,
We don't wait that.
remember what Karl II told you about Van Dorf last time? You remember?
I remember him saying he knew him. I don't remember exactly where from.
I think he had. I think he told you that. Almost certain that he's. That
Inner
Dieter,
circle, right?
No, that Dieter keeps strange company. He was seen with an elf a few days ago, and
Oh.
Karl II told you that he thinks he's one of those political types. You know, always on his soapbox.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, I'll be back in a second. Sorry,
Sure.
just a moment.
We don't know where he is, though, right? Like,
No,
have to ask
that's
around.
just it. Yeah, we just been trying. We've been trying to figure out.
What did we find out at the wagon? I was trying to catch up on some notes, so didn't really get
No,
what we were
really.
intending to do. All right.
Yeah, we didn't really find anything out other than that he was down for going hunting in the morning. He hadn't heard of Von Dorf or anything like that.
All right.
I'm not sure we're going to get enough food in the woods.
Nope.
Like, one rabbit doesn't go very far with,
Yeah.
4 people.
Yeah.
Well, 5 if you include the kid.
I have a way I might be able to pilfer some food from Carl's camp, but I don't want to have to do that because it's like potential trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I can get in there, but it's risky.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys know where the star signs are? It's the only thing I haven't been able to find.
Home of
That's all-
Salvation.
Yeah, I had trouble finding that for my last character.
Yeah, I thought it was in the Tome of Salvation. I'm looking through it right now. I can't find it.
Star sign might also be in the core rules.
Yeah.
I know Tome of Salvation is really big on dooms.
Yeah,
There's like a whole big section about dooms.
right.
so
That's
I'm not-
what I'm looking at right now.
I think it has the descriptions of the stars, like more in-depth descriptions of the star signs, and the basic ones are in the core rules.
Mhm.
So I'm not too good at talking to these people.
Yeah, it's okay.
What's your fellowship?
I just,
Well, my
I felt
my fellowship is only 32.
mine's
34.
mine's like 40 something.
Okay. So you're asking the questions then.
Oh, sorry, mine's 57.
Well, that's even better.
Plus, I have like a plus 10 to gossip, I think.
Straight up Regis Philbin over here.
Yeah. Yeah. So my gossip is really good. There we go. 25 star signs are.
Backup character because I don't think I'm going to be able to get any surgical or magical healing to put my arm back,
Yeah.
and that's my
Yeah, that's
strong arm. So I'm like the shield. Like I can only wield that shield, Brian.
Yeah.
I can't really use a weapon in the other hand.
Well, since a dagger's -3 damage, I figured you're probably best off with the shield if those are the
Yeah.
only two options right now.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be
that-
doing much damage anyway, so you
Yeah.
might as well just use the shield to protect yourself.
Yeah, don't give me a parry.
I think it gives you +1 armor, like everywhere.
I think it was only that he gave a parry, or it makes ranged attacks harder to hit you.
Oh. I thought
Yeah,
that
he
was a
probably-
buff that does the parry.
I
should
think
look
he's
that
been
up.
using. He's been using, I think, a modified rule for the shield. I think he's allowed us to get a free parry with the shield.
Okay.
Along with because I think the shield naturally it counts as a parry weapon, but you kind of need 2 parry weapons or something like that to be treated as a parry. But then it also gives a -10% to range attacks coming at you, I think.
So
That
in
was a
combat
while.
for now, like I've got to do more hand to hand, and I think you should be more of the guy that like goes around and gets things done.
You should
during a
just
fight.
shoot. Like, don't even move into position. As soon as something happens, just start letting arrows fly from wherever you are, and just don't stop shooting arrows.
Yeah, but you're kind of doomed in combat though. So
Yeah,
like, that's what
yeah. I might try staying back with you. I don't know.
Yeah, you deflect them off of me, and we're gonna need more arrows to do that though. I only have 7 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to all your other arrows?
I shot him at some chaos hounds,
Um,
and I forgot to search for them because I was too worried they were gonna come back, and just got the hell out of them.
how many
Yeah,
did you
no.
start with?
10. I shot
Oh,
3 arrows.
All right.
I shoot 3 a turn, so 7's not gonna go very far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like 2 turns.
Yeah.
Can you make any?
I don't think so. I think I had to buy it from a Fletcher.
Well, you are a wood elf, so if there is anybody that can,
Like it's
might be worth
it's like a
asking.
pretty precise craft. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm. Well, if it comes to it, you might be able to make like poorer quality arrows or something.
I'll ask Michael how that works. I haven't played a shooty character yet, so it hasn't really been an issue.
Yeah. My shooty character didn't really get to shoot much.
Who was that?
Vincent was supposed to be a shooty character.
Mhm.
He was like a knight though.
Yeah, well, those knights are like designed to fight undead, and so they would always have like guns and crossbows and bows, like because they knew that, being in hand to hand with necromancers, you don't want to get touched. So it was like which is why I like the knightly order, because it was like a knightly order that specialized in ranged weapons.
Mm.
But I never got to that really. Also, I think they were supposed to have some minor, like, undead like magic too, but I don't think they really had those mechanics in the character. That's just lore wise. I don't know what.
You guys want to take a 5-minute break real quick?
Yeah, why not? Sounds
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Alright.
I'll be back in a minute.
I'm here.
Hey, Brian went to do something real quick.
Okay. Sean, you here? No, he's
I
not.
think he also did too.
Okay. How are you, Jay?
Not pretty good.
Nice.
I'm kind of already brainstorming what another character might be, but like a backup.
Okay. Any ideas?
Well, I've never played a magic character, but having seen Brian and Sean's characters exploding and stuff,
You're not sure.
I'm not sure, but I had a question. I thought that like prayers were a lot safer than
not with
regular magic.
Not with our house rules.
Okay, that's what it was. Because I was looking at the magic rules in the between prayers and magic, and I was like, okay, well there are some prayers that you could pretty reliably do without murdering yourself. But then I kind of remembered, but Brian had some issues, so you have house rules for magic.
Well, I mean, prayers are still safer, even with the house rules, because you only need to pass the channeling test. If you pass the channeling test, you won't have any miscast. But if you won't, then you will have a miscast.
Then what is that? What property is that test?
Channeling is for willpower.
Willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otto got very gun shy about about casting spells.
And Vrentar got seriously screwed a few times.
Oh yeah.
With miscasts. Otto, and like not Otto, but Dieter, when he blew up.
So is a failed channeling test always a result in miscast?
According to
or is
these
that
rules,
just a botch?
yes. According to these rules, yes.
Oh.
But it's still better because you can use luck for channeling, you know. And when you like roll 3, like 2 or 3 or more same digits when casting a spell, you can only reroll a single die. So the priests still have it better than mages.
Yeah.
So I'd say think about it, you know, Jason, if you want a magic character, because they are very cool.
Yeah, it's interesting when you played, you know, fighter types for a while. It's interesting to play a spellcaster.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. Trying something a little different.
Yeah, you know, especially with certain schools of magic, some of which are very good. Like the light magic, which heals. You know, there's the shadow magic for concealment, stuff like that, and general, you know, willpower fuckery. Sorry for my language.
Could we play like somewhat evil characters, like
cultists, stuff like that?
or like maybe getting a necromancy, or you know?
I would have to think about it honestly, and it would be very hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it would like we would probably not be doing this campaign as those characters.
Yeah.
I mean, general gist of it is that if you want a party like that, I mean, if you want like a player like that, the whole party should be like that.
Yeah,
I had a player,
and maybe a campaign revolve around that. That would be kind of interesting, like a Norsica campaign or something.
Yeah, like
Keith did that in that campaign we played, Jason, where he was playing like a wizard that was trying to bring his parents back, and so he like gradually got into necromancy, and he like got twisted by it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was a pretty good character.
Necromancers sometimes start like that. They have good intentions, but
There's like Breaking Bad, but with necromancy.
Yeah. Except for like instead of meth, it's necromancy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Sean, I wasn't sure. I hope that the remark before about the paranoia, it wasn't offensive. I was, of course, just
No.
just joking.
It's funny. Yeah, that's
Okay.
funny. No, it's funny. You're good.
Yeah, Jason. So anyway, I can send you later some tips for a magician or a priest. I honestly think that priest would be easier, especially priest of Sigmar with healing. Or if you want magician, then I suggest light magic and just
Yeah, I was looking at something that could be more of a support character with healing and that type of thing.
So definitely light magic or life magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
light magic or healing. But I guess the only healing, Shalaya, that those are only females, right?
No. I actually had a player who was a Shalayan priest. There are males, but they are very marginalized in the order.
Yeah.
There are very few.
It's like
of them.
male nurses, kind of.
Yeah, something like that. It's like Werewolf the Apocalypse, and there's the Black Fury tribe, which are all women, but they have few men. But these men are just looked down upon. Yeah.
Well, that might make for a good story and why they're out on their own instead of in a temple.
Yeah. That said, Shalayans are very hard to roleplay. You can't fight. You literally can't fight, except if you fight against Nurglites. Yeah. They have one of their most important strictures is that you can't kill another person, another living being, in fact.
God.
And this only does not apply towards Nurgle and his followers.
Okay, so like even if it's
Like
chaos
vegetarian?
cultists,
Yeah,
you
even if it's a crazy like a cornate cultist or a beastman or a vampire or orc or goblin, you can't kill it. So
Well, vampires are already dead.
yeah, so it's hard. That said,
Yeah. I would be interested to kind of know a little bit about what's different, because I know a little bit about how the default priest and magic rules are, but if things are a little different, that could kind of help me steer. But
like I said,
might be...
I think I've uploaded the rules for alternative magic on the group, and if not, then I can send you. Really, the only difference is that you have to make a free out of turn. Out of sequence channeling test. If you pass it, you can use spells normally. If you fail it, you have a miscast, Wrath of the Gods, and that's all. That's it. That's the only difference. I will send it later to you, Jay, so you can read more on it.
All right.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
You could also put a character that like gave up magic and like that became a fisherman or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
hurt himself with a spell and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, that's it. That said, if they gave up magic, it depends, because if he was, for example, a licensed magician, he just couldn't give up magic. Like, he's still part of the colleges, and if he's not part of the colleges, then he's on the run from the witch hunters.
I tried working during quarantine and got my license revoked.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Because, for example, if you're a magician and for some reason you get booted out of the colleges, then you are automatically a target for the witch hunters if they learn about you. So this kind of character, he could be a fisherman, but for example, he would still have to make sure that he's part of the colleges of magic, that he pays them the tribute, like every crown in 10 belongs to them, stuff like that.
Or he's got to use an alias or something, and
or he just becomes a hedge wizard for all intents and purposes. And hedge wizards are burnt at the stake in the Empire.
He's just a lowly wizard by day, but a fisherman by night.
Something like that, yeah. You guys decided to split.
Yeah.
Konrad and Cadveo search for Dieter van Dorf. Francisco and Nils go for look for food. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's start with Cadveo and Konrad. How are you guys doing this?
Conrad's better with people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to strike up conversations with people. Say I'm looking for whatever this guy Von Dorf.
Roll
seen it.
me a -10 gossip test.
Okay.
And count numbers of successes.
Okay.
All right, nice. One
That
full
would still
success.
beat your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like one full success. So you, after an hour of walking and asking people, you've learned following things. Dieter van Dorf, you say? I recall seeing someone named Dieter preaching about the perils of the sanitation system around here. He had a bright green banner with him. Maybe that's him. And another one. Since you were using the info you've gotten from Carl II. Well-dressed gentleman? Yeah, he's one of those soapbox preachers. Always telling you what you're doing wrong, but never giving you a better alternative. You know the type. They always have a retinue of toadies with them as well, don't they? And, that's what you've learned after
Yeah.
an hour of asking.
So nobody knows like where he sets up or does his shtick.
Not yet, as it seems.
Well, what, green banner? So maybe you might be able to. If there's a green banner, there might be people with green
Well,
clothing.
you are right now with Nils, and you are
I
searching
know.
for food. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what you've learned, guys. Meanwhile, you,
Okay.
Francisco, how do you want to do this? How do you want to get more food?
I guess I'll ask Nils how like the logistics of the camp work, as far as I'm guessing it's just a rabble, but he's been here longer. If how does he get food?
Well, most of the food that I have still. I've taken from the inner circle, and I was still a member of it. And some good people brought me also some food. When I was helping others, giving them good word, stuff like that. People here, well, the food, some of them get it from Wolfenburg, from abandoned cellars, or from desperate wretches who live there. Others just scour the forest all around. There's a river nearby, and those who can fish, they go there and they try and fish.
And I guess
We still have influx of people coming here, not as big as it was in Aldorf, but there are still people coming here from all over the from all over Ostland and other provinces, mostly from Ostland, when they hear about Karl and the crusade, when they need to find a purpose in life. They bring food with them.
Are there are there other Templars of the Child, and do they have any small camp areas within?
Honestly, I don't know. You're the first Templars I ever saw. I guess if I would have to hazard a guess, I'd say that Helmut and the rest of the inner circle invented that position on the fly. No offense. Just to make sure that they have enforcers doing their will. Well, he looks uneasily at you. I mean, the will of the Child. But I don't know. You would probably have to ask at the compound. But from what I understood, you're not welcome there. Not yet, at least. You have you have your mission, right?
Yep.
Perhaps
we should.
We can just go and ask people.
I was thinking we could go to one of the entrances to where new crusaders might be approaching, and then we can ask them.
There's no entrance here. They come from all over. there are no walls. to
Well,
this
I mean,
place.
like like one of the main roads, and request a tax to the Templar of the Child.
We can do that, yes, indeed. Maybe that's a good idea.
So what road do you think has the most traffic coming in? Perhaps from a wealthier part of the empire where they might be carrying more food.
Well, I mean, it's naturally to the south, you know. I think it can be the road through which you came here.
Then I say, well, then to the south, and I kind of point to the south with my
All right.
shielded arm, and my other hand is probably still in a sling.
Yeah. All right, you move to the south, to the edge of the encampment, and then beyond. You approach the road, through which you and Otto traveled to the crusade not too long ago. Now it's only you, Francisco. And then you wait for people to...
Yeah, we'll look for people that look a little better off. If there's small caravans of multiple people, looking for people who would actually have the ability to be better prepared. Like, we're not going to go after homeless hobble people, but
Yeah.
we will go after people that might be on wagons, or if there's uniformed people, like, we'll address those people.
Governor, spend a coin.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you have to make gossip tests. I mean, charm tests, essentially.
Okay.
With a minus, I might add.
Well, I don't have charm.
Uh,
Well, I think.
In that case, it will be half of your fellowship. I'll check Nils if he has charm. He does.
Okay. Well, if there's any way I can support him, because I have 32 fellowship and no charm.
Okay, you can support him.
Okay.
You can give him a +10. Let's see.
Because technically I have the authority, not him.
He passed.
But he's a priest, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like we have the legal authority to be like, hey, help support the Templar. It's a little more legit than.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We could play the the holy angle, and we can play the state angle, I guess.
Yeah.
Is all.
good cup, bad cup.
Yep.
Nils, ask you to be gentle with these people. They've lost almost everything, so now you're going to take their food from them.
wait, you're robbing him, or you're gonna buy it from him?
No, it's not that.
It's not robbery; it's extortion. Come on.
Yeah,
It's we're just relocating,
yes, no.
reassigning.
Nils is just asking for a few morsels of food for the faithful, for the true believers in Karl's divinity, and for true Sigmarites, stuff like that.
And those who help keep the camp safe
Yes, and he
from
actually
the rabble.
uses you in a manner, Francisco, because he points at your arm and says that this man lost so much in the defense of the child. Will you not aid him with your generosity? Stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
Just. I mean, it's bullshit, honestly, and you know that.
Guys are panhandling.
Yeah, but it works, and you secured quite a stash of food this day, Francisco. By the way, it takes you all day, the rest of the day. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
kind of figured
Um,
those.
Yeah, you have a few large portions of salted pork, like a small barrel of salted fish, few loaves of bread, some turnips, some carrots, stuff like that. So you are walking back to the tent with all this stuff. At the end of the day, when it's already getting dark. Meanwhile, Konrad and Cadveil, you are continuing your search for the elusive Dieter van Dorf.
Yes.
So, are you going to roll one more time? Or a few more times?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll.
Can I scan the camp for a green banner?
There were a few green, like, flags, elements, but
Okay, so it's
none
not
of
like...
them. None of them was a banner per se.
Okay.
Oh, nice! So it's like,
At least 2.
yeah, you've actually had like 2 full successes plus like your base success. Actually, 3 full successes, honestly. So, what you've learned about Van Dorf. Don't be fooled by his respectable image. He keeps strange company. My cousin George saw him talking with a demon of the forest. On my life, it's true. Dieter.
Conrad looks at Cadwell.
Yeah, that's racist, by the way. Dieter, yeah, good man. He and his companions have a big green pavilion tucked away from prying eyes amongst the rubble of the wall up north. Come here! And the last one, it was the... like, it also took you practically the rest of the day. And the last one was the most ominous. Come here, quietly now, shush! The last person who started asking questions about that Van Dorf fellow was found in a ditch one morning, as pale as a ghost and dead as a dormouse. My advice, don't go snooping or you may be next. And with that, the man, just disappeared into the crowd.
Sounds like our man.
Dead as a dormouse?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what a dormouse is. I was just curious.
Dormouse, I think, is just a mouse.
Yeah. I think so.
Like, small mouse which lives in a house.
Like a titmouse.
Yes.
Titmouse is a bird, though, isn't it?
Oh,
Word.
okay, well, yeah. That you've learned the last part of this info at the very end of the day, Konrad. When you were all pretty tired and pretty hungry, and you just hope that your friends, secured some kind of provisions. Because you'd really like to eat something, let me tell you. It's already getting dark. What are you guys doing?
Go back to our camp, I guess, at Nils' campsite.
Okay.
We found out as much as we can do for today, and we'll. I guess you've got to go hunting at dawn, but then after
I
that we
should lay my traps tonight. If you want to come with me and do that real quick.
Am I going to be useful in that endeavor?
Oh, if some wolves come upon us, then sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll help you set some traps.
Okay. So, first you move to the edge of the forest, probably near to where your old camp was, where you've buried Ali. The wolves got him there.
You're gonna use him as bait.
Yeah. Yeah, so you are setting traps. Come on, Cadveil, roll. Konrad is on the lookout.
What am I rolling?
Traps, I believe, is... I don't know, honestly. It's intelligence? Wait a second. Just need to check.
I have it as agility, but I don't think that's right.
No,
yeah,
it
says
is.
here set trap is agility.
Yeah, it is agility.
Okay. Do I roll it twice?
You can... No, only one. Once is enough. It's
Okay.
like you've rolled once. You spend like another hour just setting various... Like, how many traps do you have?
I have 2 traps.
Yeah, so you've set up 2 traps in the most appropriate places near the edge of the camp. And then, with Konrad looking uneasily into the gloom of the dark forest, you return to Nils' tent. As you are bending down, to enter the interior, you can already smell the tasty smells of cooking. And inside you see Nils preparing some kind of stew in a small pot. Francisco is sitting on his blanket with his arm in a sling, looking at the cot with wide eyes and almost salivating. Konrad and Cadwell, you also spot a bigger number of sacks, barrels, and a few houches of dried and smoked meats sitting in one corner. Oh,
Like
friends, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Looks like you guys were very productive.
Sigmar provides, says Nils.
Yes, Nils was very convincing.
Oh,
Good work. Very good work.
I couldn't have done it without you, Francisco. Thank you.
Well, it was only my crippled body that helped, not my mind.
Perhaps your body is not in good shape, but your spirit and heart are, and that's what matters. Thank you, my friend. He says, and then looks at you, Cadwell, and at you, Konrad. Please sit. The food will be prepared soon.
Okay.
I have a seat.
So, what did you learn? Asks Nils.
We found out that this guy is some sort of rabble-rousing orator who has a tent or a pavilion or something on the north side of the city, and apparently people who cross him end up dead in a ditch.
Oh, Nils looks
I
at you
smirk.
sharply. Well,
Perhaps you should keep an eye on any followers. If somebody could hear that you were talking about it to warn you of that, then somebody could have heard you that might be willing to sell that information.
We should take
You weren't
watches.
followed,
tonight.
were you?
I don't believe so. Pretty dark, though.
well, I don't know, says Nils. I don't think that anyone here would try and do something with a priest of Sigmar and his belongings. He looks around his tent. Then again, if this Van Dorf is a poisoner, who knows, right?
Yep.
He might be dangerous. That said, I don't know if you want to set up watches. I'm all for that.
I'll take final watch because I'm getting up early anyway.
Are you going somewhere?
I may need my rest, Cadvale. Are you sure this is a necessity?
There's 4 of us. Could we get through the night with leaving Francisco out on shifts?
I can take his watch, says Nils.
Sounds good.
I nod. Let Francisco sleep.
Very well.
I thank you again, Nils.
No, it's no problem, friend Francisco. He looks at you, Konrad. So, what do you want to do with this information, Herr Oldenhaller?
I want to go find this man in the morning after Cadfeld comes back from his hunting trip.
Very
At this
well.
point, we're almost certain he's he has to be the one that poisoned Ali. Our approach doesn't have to be as tactful as before, I don't think.
Well, says Nils.
He may want to be mindful, for if he's taken out, he may have followers that may seek revenge. So, caution.
Well, first of all, we should really discern if this man is truly at fault. Like, with all due respect, friend Cadvale, we don't know if he killed the Strigany.
No, we don't know, but we'll put him to the question and find out.
Well,
And if he did, I have some wine for him right here.
you see that, Nils looks quite unhappy at this. He is clearly one of of those pacifist types, like Brother Marcus. But he just nods. Well, I mean, if this man did poison other people, then he is clearly a dangerous person and threat to the security of the Crusade, to the security of Karl. In that case, well, you do what you have to do. It's just what I've told you before about the Crusade. Tensions here are very high, and it won't take long, and won't take much for those people to erupt into full-scale violence. You understand what I'm saying, right?
If it has to happen, maybe we'll be quiet about it.
Very well, he says.
We also must think of Ali's son. He's you say his camp is in the north, or the tent's in the north. If we get seen up there, we've obviously been seen by the wagon. It could put his life in danger, not just ours.
Maybe he should stay with us after we hunt tomorrow.
Well, you can ask him. There will still be one more place here for a young lad, says Nils.
Yeah, if his
As
life's
he-
in danger, then absolutely.
Nothing strange with young boys staying at the priest's tent, right?
There's room right here as he pats his cot.
Yeah. Yes, the nights are long and cold.
We sleep in our underwear in this tent.
And on your backs.
Show me on me where he touched you.
Oh my god. Horrible. Yeah, well, I mean, you see that Nils is like... But I still don't understand one thing. If this Van Dorf truly was the poisoner who killed the Strigany Ahmed, why did he do it? Like, most people here don't like Strigany. They don't trust them. They think they are, thieves. And he whispers, looking reverently at the altar, at the small altar of Sigmar, and that they consort with the creatures of the night. But
I smirk again because I've heard that said about me before.
yeah, but killing them? That's something doesn't add up here. I don't know.
Well, he's our lead. And in any case, he sounds like he may be a dangerous man to have around the crusade anyway. So, if he is essentially, having people killed, that's our job.
Well, that's true. That's true. Very well. In that case, the stew is ready. Let's eat. Let's pray
Yes.
for the safekeeping of the crusade of young Karl, and let's give thanks to Sigmar for his eternal vigilance.
Yes.
I bow my head, but I'm not going to take part in the prayer.
Yeah. The Nils says a quick, short, but to the point prayer, and then you eat the stew, which is honestly very good, very tasty, very fulfilling. It's
I quietly give thanks to Isha, to myself before I eat.
Yeah, you are sitting in this damp tent, on the rags, which remember better times, surrounded by unwashed masses of humanity, and you're enjoying a quiet meal with your comrades. No, almost feels like normal life. After that, I presume you all go to sleep.
Yep.
You are all pretty tired, just so you know.
I'll cut my hand and wipe it on my cloak real quick as I'm falling asleep.
All right.
I imagine I keep like a little bandage on my hand at all times, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Do you do that so that others won't see it?
I just do it casually. Like if somebody sees it,
All right.
I'm falling asleep and I'm a weird elf anyway. So.
All right. Yeah. So you see what happened.
So shall I take the first watch?
Yeah, I'll take final watch if you want to take
Right.
first.
No, I'll take the second, says Nils, and he quickly begins to snore. Right. So now I'll need you guys to roll a few times. First of all, Cat Veil, I would like you to roll toughness test.
Toughness, okay. I'm gonna use a luck. Fuck that.
Okay. Oh, it's a botch. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Nice. Right now, Francisco, I want to make.
I think I have one luck left after that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Have I used one other one?
You've used one today. This is the second one. So
I have one left.
yeah. Francisco, roll me toughness test.
Okay.
Roll,
Nice.
roll me second toughness test.
Damn it. Hey! Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm just snoring away,
Now, okay.
dreaming of large Marienburg women.
Okay, and finally. Wow, nice. Just quickly need to check his stats. Where is it? Nice. Yeah, that's. You are killing it with the test, guys. Okay, so now, sorry, I need to quickly make a few calculations because. Okay, so who's taking the second watch?
I thought it
Nils.
was Nils. Second and third.
Okay. So yeah, second and third Nils takes it.
We could let him sleep during the day.
Yeah. Well, you guess that he won't probably accompany you to the.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be involved in murdering this guy.
That's
Some weird reason.
Yeah, that's one thing certainly. But he also doesn't want I mean, he's tired. It's clear for you to see that he is very tired, right? So anyway, you wake up at the morning. Francisco, you are still sweating like crazy, and you don't really feel so good, but you felt worse. You also see that Nils is coughing slightly when he wakes up, but
Could he perform any healing tests
yeah,
on us?
yeah, sure.
Has Francisco been coughing too?
Yeah. Well, Francisco is sick.
Yeah. But I just want to if my character would put two and two together that Nils is catching the same thing. Or if
Yeah.
he's just-
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Right. So, Francisco, you want Nils to heal you, right?
Yeah, since it's a new day and I'm not getting any better, obviously.
Okay. Let's see if you've passed. Heal. Okay. Heal is for intelligence, right?
I would
Yes,
think
I think so.
He didn't pass by 1.
Oh, he could use one of my lucks.
No, he can. He has his own luck.
All right.
But he's not using it for now. He changed bandages on your arm. He used some. He like some unguents some fresh unguents, to help with the pain. He told you, coughing slightly, like to take it easy, not to overstress your arm. He also prepared a small breakfast for all of you, and yeah. And
Is Ahmed showing up?
oh yeah. Actually, well, Ahmed showed up before like the rest of you guys got up. So
Okay.
yeah, he showed up, and you went with him hunting, right?
Yeah, I just want to show him the ropes, like checking the traps, and if we see any big game,
Yeah.
I could take a shot at it.
Yeah. Well, the traps were successful. You've captured some wild poultry and a tasty thick hair, like like a rabbit, right? But hair, so it's like this kind of animal. Ahmed, of course, is listening to your instructions. He's like, oh yes, so yeah, so the hunting trip was a success. Cadvale. Meanwhile, you guys got up, ate something, and I guess that you are waiting for Cadvale to return, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I want to let
Yeah.
let Niles sleep since he took 2 watches essentially.
Yeah. After he prepared you this light breakfast, which of course he also made some for Cadvale for when he returns. He told you that he'll just probably sleep for a couple of hours, for a couple more hours to regenerate his strength, and ask you to wake him up if you need anything. And he went back to sleep. You guys finished the light breakfast. You have provisions, but of course, you have to be careful with them. You have to be considerate. And you are waiting for Cadvale to return, which eventually he does. That said, Cadvale, as you are making your way through the throng with your game, and you are going alone because Ahmed insisted to go back to his wagon after that. I don't know if you're giving him one of the animals or just taking both.
I'll give him a share,
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell him to be on guard today.
He patted a short dagger at his side. He said, "I will." And
If anything happens, make a scene.
he just nodded, looking like he knows what's up. And as you are making your way back to Nils' tent with one of the animals that you've caught, you've noticed one thing: that no matter where you go, there always seems to be a plague victim nearby. This person dresses in darkly stained rags that cover every inch of his skin, except for dark eyes beneath a heavy cloak.
I'm gonna stare at him uneasily.
you stare at him, like, he's a couple meters from you. You stare at him, but, a small group of Crusaders pass you by. When they move forward, you don't see him anymore. But, like, 50 meters, 50 meters later, forward, you once again see him between two tents, staring at you, just, not moving at all, being dressed in this heavy, damp, filthy rags. And, yeah.
Could I try to lose my tail?
You can roll agility, sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. You've expertly made your way through the encampment to Nils' tent, hoping that you've lost the unsettling man, plague victim. Yeah. Eventually, you reach Nils' tent. You open the flaps and go inside.
I hang up the game that I caught with Ahmed.
Francisco and Konrad. You see that Cadveo returned, and he looks kinda unsettled.
It looks like you were successful. How was your trip?
I'm whispering. I'm like, I had a tail.
Were you born with it?
Beastman,
I don't
kill
get
him.
the joke. I just stare at it.
Does Conrad chuckle?
Yes.
I kind of smile at him.
Yeah.
I don't have a tail.
So,
I think I lost him, but it looked like he had the plague. I saw him at several turns. He was clearly watching me.
Say Conrad wasn't involved in the cultists with the weird boils on their faces.
No, you don't know that.
Have you seen anyone like this following us, Francisco?
I'm trying to think if everybody we saw they're like black cloaked. Nobody in like band. I'm assuming it kind of looks like a leper. I don't recall seeing anybody of that description. Just dark.
Out of character.
clothes.
Is it the same sort of thing with the people with the boils?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because weren't they like hooded cloaked, like dark hooded cloaked type people, not wrapped up type people? So I'm gonna say no. That doesn't match the description of any adversaries we've ran into. We, as in myself. I looked down.
We need to be very careful moving about today.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't leave Nils by himself.
Well, I can
Come
certainly
with us,
stay.
Nils.
I can
Sorry.
take care of myself, thank you, says Nils. You're speaking so loud that I can sleep.
The alternative is I could stay here with him.
Sigmar provides in all things. And you boys gotta do what you gotta do. Although...
Can I take a peek outside the tent to see if we're being watched?
Yeah.
Still?
You take a peek outside the tent. Hundreds of people are all around you. Thousands
Watching.
of dirty tents, surrounding you from all sides. Stuff like that. You don't see anyone watching you. Just going, going after their own business. So that's that. You've also, Francisco and what's your name? Cadve, you've also realized very strange thing. You don't feel as much loyalty and admiration for Carl as you used to.
I'm wondering
Could-
if that has anything to do with the witch incident yesterday.
Can we identify whether this is because Francisco passed a test once and felt like he resisted. Could he kind of piece together that this is like a magical attraction?
Well, you are like I said. First of all, you still like the boy a lot.
Oh yeah.
But he's not the most important thing in your lives anymore. Konrad, you're still under the spell, just so you know. Francisco, yeah, when you are thinking about it, it's like, this is strange. Like, this is really strange. It really feels like, like Sandy, you've been under this kind of spell, glamour, enchantment, call it whatever you want, and then you're not.
And this, okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's that. Yeah, cat veil. Like I said, you feel the same thing. And you, by the way, this makes you both of you feel rather confused. Just so we're clear on that. Okay, guys, gonna grab me some coffee. Okay, sorry, but the weather is crazy today, and I need my caffeine fix. So we can make like a few minutes break, and we'll be back very soonish.
All right.
Good.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I'm back.
He'll.
This tail kind of makes things interesting.
Yeah, it sounds magical. Like if
I wonder if
you're
it's
walking.
related and all to the guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
We might have to split up or something. Or like
Well,
have one person as a decoy, or I don't know.
well, I'm broken. Like if you guys get into a fight, all I could do there is preoccupy people and burn fate points, probably.
I wonder if maybe like we all know where we're going, right?
I think so. I mean, well, we each have a vague thing to the north, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if we like all leave at different times and just kind of mingle in that area. You know what I mean? Like that might be if we are being followed, that would throw them off a little.
Maybe Konrad, you should go for a walk. See if the same thing happens to you. And if it does, maybe not bring him back. Kind of have a plan. Know what I mean? Like, you go for a walk, and if you're not back in 10 minutes, we know something's up, and then maybe we can meet you at an alternate location.
What if we set up outside the tent so that if he does follow him back, we can quickly bring him in here and question him?
Or yeah, or set the route, and you hide out on that route to tail the tail, chase the tail.
That might be, yeah. Because I'm not sure it has anything to do with the guy we're about to go confront, but
Yeah.
it could.
Yeah, I just think.
We're coming for him.
Yeah, and I don't know if it'd be good to like lead him back to here, because if he is magical and we end up not getting him, then he at least knows where we're at. So if you want to plan an interception, I think it should not be at our tent.
I can look like someone else for a short period of time. So I could technically tail Konrad and wait for somebody to tail him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just kind of like we did in Wolfenburg, where Cadvale is just off to the side, keeping an eye out.
Or I guess that since you could look like somebody else, that might work. I guess the alternative would be Konrad does the tailing. But again, we don't know.
I'm not sure Konrad's got the elven touch for that.
Yeah,
No,
it's.
I do.
It's just
I do have. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it. My only concern is that he already tailed you, so the only way this would work is if you can change disguise, I guess.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Cool. Okay, so we can return. So after that, Cadveo, you've searched outside the tent and you didn't saw anyone suspicious, or too suspicious to be precise. But that, of course, that doesn't mean that they're not there, you know. Yeah.
Me and Konrad and Francisco were discussing perhaps laying a trap for them.
Okay. Nice.
Konrad would go out for a walk on a predetermined route, and I would tail him in disguise and wait for somebody to show themselves. And if they follow us, if they follow Konrad to the tent, then we could just pull him inside the tent and question him.
Very well. Okay. What about
Our tent? Which tent do you want to pull this guy into?
Well, maybe not our tent. Maybe if we could find a spot on the route, that would be a good ambush point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Well, Conrad's like, okay, let's go.
right. So, Konrad, you guys want to do that? So, or are you just straight to Luke von Van Dorf?
Well, yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. I thought we were going on the way. Just on the way to Von Dorf, and then Cadvale is spying on me to see if I get spied on, so to speak.
Okay, Cadvale, but how do you want to dress yourself? You have spare clothes. You have a spare cloak.
I have a cloak that does cool tricks.
Oh, you mean like that? Okay, and
I haven't done this yet before, so like, it has to be somebody I've seen.
yes. Well, it might.
Could I look like a blue belt or something? Just a random blue belt, like Carl number 7 or something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure thing. So, you decide.
Or
to,
soldier number 3.
Yeah, soldier number 3.
We'll look like Konrad walking behind Konrad.
Like,
Two can play at this game.
yeah, who's the real Konrad? Okay, well, in that case,
You could do that one trick where one goes around one corner,
I
then
was
you
kidding
pop out
about
the other corner.
okay, in that case, make me a plus 20% willpower test.
Plus 20 willpower. Okay, 1 second.
So are we all going? Is it just Konrad and Cadvale, correct?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, it wasn't clear to me if Francisco was going to stay and protect Nils or not. It sounded like that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, Francisco, you stay here. Like, we're just going to do this. It might take half an hour or something. If nothing comes of it, then we'll be right back.
Oh, is
But
that
if we
what
come
we're doing?
back with a friend... Okay, willpower.
Plus 20%. Nice. So my question is also, are you doing this in front of the guys?
I'm going to do it with my back to them right before I leave the tent, so that if they see anything, they won't think it's too weird.
Okay. So let's just let me see if Nils spotted that. No, he's fast asleep.
Okay.
Okay. So Francisco and Konrad, you've exited the tent and you are making your way to.
I'm staying. Francisco's going to stay.
So you're not coming with. Okay.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, when Cadvale turns around, Francisco, you see with horror that it's not Cadvale anymore. It's one of the Carls.
No explanation necessary.
Well, I mean, no, it's not one of the Carls. It's just it's not. He's not an elf anymore.
Did I see this transformation, or did I look up and see the stranger?
You look up and see a stranger because Cadvale transformed himself with his back to you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab my knife and be like, "Out of the tent, you! This isn't yours."
I just keep walking.
Yeah, he exits the tent.
I kind of poke my head out of the tent and make sure he walks away.
All right.
Then he sees me following Konrad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that he is following Konrad.
Should I follow him? Oh.
All those,
I don't know, man.
all those
I-
strange thing, Francisco. He was dressed exactly as Cadvale. Because the shroud transforms your physical, like actually wait, let me see, so I'm not bullshitting you. Change the appearance. It's not clearly stated. Yeah, okay, let's make it more fun. So it also changes the appearance of the clothes.
I want to say Cadvale?
Oh no! I mean the clothes are not
I know.
Cadvale.
Yeah, I know, but like Cadvale should be around, so I'm gonna look for Cadvale. I want to say
If I
Cadvale.
hear him say that, I'm gonna turn and nod.
Oh my God. Francisco, you
Just
are,
kind of subtly, just nod. You know.
the man turns to you and just nods.
Hmm.
Silly humans.
Should I? I'm wondering. I'm trying to think if my character would try to follow him.
What was the name of the comedy with Dan Aykroyd about the pair of spies dropped into the USSR?
Yeah.
Spies like us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
one.
That was a good one. Reminds me of that movie.
We just watched Dude, Where's My Car? So this could be Dude, Where's My Elf?
Dude, where's my Carl?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. So Francisco, what are you doing? Because you see that not Cadvale is disappearing into the crowd after Konrad.
If you're not
I
sure
guess-
what to do, take an intelligence check or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Roll for intelligence, Francisco.
If I fail, I'm gonna follow you from a distance. All right, I'm following you from a distance.
All right.
Awesome.
Like I'm gonna try to sneak.
Roll for silent move.
What's that, agility?
Yeah. You have
No,
silent move.
I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, I don't.
So you roll half and then -10 because you have mail on you.
All right, so I'm clink, 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 like knocking over. fruit
Cadvale,
bars and stuff.
roll perception.
Okay.
One more time, guys. Roll one more time, both of you.
Oh, each.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Oh.
hold on. Half
okay.
minus 10. That's a 19.
Yes, unfortunately, Brandon. Fortunately, unfortunately, Brandon wins. Because
Oh
he
yeah,
was-
I failed by one.
Cadvale, you are making your way after Konrad, and Francisco is making his way after you. And when you turn around, you see that he tries to sneak in between the tents.
Yeah, it's like 1 second delay, and I'm like, ooh, and then I like try to hide behind a
Yeah.
really narrow pole.
Yeah, something like that. He
I
does.
hide behind a rope that's holding up a tent.
Yeah, he does that very clumsily. I might add. Like he's trying to be sneaky, but it's clear that he's out of his element.
I actually did pass my sneak.
Okay, so like for
The first one, yeah.
yeah,
Or both of them, yeah.
for a human, he's pretty decent. But
That's fine. He still found me, but I did end up passing that
yeah,
after I did the math in my head.
yeah. So yeah.
Wait,
Konrad, you are making your way.
shoot! No, I didn't. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait.
you didn't.
No, I did. Yeah, I did. Wait, math is hard. No, I didn't. I
yeah.
failed by one.
You are
Sorry.
making your way through the masses towards the northern part of the encampment. And yeah, the crusade is just, there are so many people here, divided into different groups, different like factions, religious factions, political factions, military factions, Truly, to your eyes, it seems that these people are not united under Carl's gaze, benevolent gaze, but it looks like they are divided, more like. You are, however, you are happy to hear the familiar sounds of a song. A song which praises the heroes, the Templars of the Child. And this time, you are included, brave Konrad. Although someone mistaken your second name is Begenhafen instead of Oldenhaller. But but the song is pretty nice. A few people sing it. Unfortunately, the longer you listen to it, it's getting clear that someone changed the lyrics, changed the tones. Our heroes brave, they've vanquished an evil ox, and later they've decided to suck each other cock. Cor blimey! You hear someone saying something then. Then you walk further, and then you suddenly, hear verses about a halfling's daughter, your characters, and a rather loud duck. At least that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are cool with that, but this is generally, a song just making fun of you and of your of your station and of your comrades. You don't know if someone deliberately changed the lyrics or not, but for now this song could be best described as a very vulgar satire.
It's probably those dandies.
Yeah. Yeah, the Schumacher and his crony.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are making your way north with Nat Catvale following you, and Francisco the spy, Metal Gear Estalia, following him.
Excuse me.
No worries. You know that Dieter and his group have their base of operations somewhere north, but you don't really know where. You'd have to probably ask around.
I will do so.
Oh. Yeah.
I'll use another luck.
Okay.
My other luck.
Now, we told him that.
God damn. Nope.
Catvale, you see that Konrad tries to ask a few people that he passes by about something, you don't really know what, but it's clear that this young man is not very good with words, because those people, they just ignore him, and then they, go their own way. Francisco, you follow the strange man. You know that you're not seen. You are master of stealth. However, suddenly you see something. A figure in long, dark, stained cloak with a hood over its face, staring at you with dark eyes from between a few tents, 15 meters from you. And this thing, because you're not really sure if it is truly a man, the intensity of its stare is strong. You know that it looks right at you. What are you doing?
Just Francisco sees this?
Yeah, just Francisco.
Okay.
I want to start hurrying north. I want to try to move kind of ahead of the person I'm following, so at least I can keep an eye out on Konrad.
Roll me a duty in that case. You have problems, moving fast through the Crusades encampment. The pathways are narrow and filled with mud and other more disgusting things. It's slippery. There are lots of people. They are bumping into you. They are, oh, watch where you're going. Oh, I'm sorry, Miner. I'm sorry. I'm just in a hurry. blessings of the child be with you, stuff like that, and you're just making your way past. But it's not easy. Meanwhile, Konrad, you are asking about this Vandor fellow more and more.
Yeah.
Roll one more time.
Alright.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, you're searching for the green pavilion, sir, eh?
Yes.
It's the Herald's camp. It's situated to the north of the Crusades encampment. Heralds of the New Dawn, they are called. But just word of advice, sir. From what I understand, they don't really like unsuspected visitors, if you know what I mean. Carl's wisdom be with you, sir. And the man just bowed and moved his way.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where it is.
Okay. We'll start heading that way.
Okay.
Assuming that I'm being followed.
Okay. Yeah. Cadveo, you're still moving behind Konrad. And let's see now, Francisco, roll one more time. Agility. Nice. Okay. You've made your way. You're almost sure in front of the strange person following Konrad.
Okay.
What do you want to do now?
I want to keep an eye out on. I want to follow behind Konrad, since I don't know where Cadvale is, I want to just try to be close. I want to be close enough to Konrad so that if Cadvale is out there, he can catch my eye as well. So I'll be maybe 15 feet or so behind Konrad.
Okay. Konrad, roll for perception. Okay, Francisco, you want to sneak or just you don't care?
No, I don't mind, but I'm not going to acknowledge. So if Konrad says something, I'm going to kind of just look aside and kind of hope he gets the message.
Okay. Konrad, you turn around and you see Francisco following you, looking as the worst spy in the world.
Nervous.
Yeah.
I'm looking nervous.
And nervous.
I look perplexed. I'm like, I thought Cadvale was following me. I wonder what.
What's
I
happening?
wonder what Francisco's doing here.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to stay and guard Nils. All right.
Whatever.
I'm on my mission.
Yeah. Cadveo, you roll for perception now.
Is this to see Francisco?
Just roll.
I failed.
Yeah. Yeah. When you've turned around.
Wait, was it? Yeah, it's intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah. When you've turned around, you don't see Francisco anymore. He disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know he didn't disappear. He's not stealthy enough to disappear.
Yeah.
I probably nudged you on my way forward.
Just bump into each other.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Konrad. You
Yes.
eventually reach the north edge of the Crusades encampment. And you search for the Green Pavilion. You see a ring. You see a section of fallen walls, arranged in a way that they create a sort of corridor through the rubble. Do you travel through it?
I use my excellent vision to see if there's any traps.
Well, Okay, roll perception. Sure. Yeah. Let's see. Your excellent vision doesn't tell you anything.
Nope. All right. Okay. I walk down the corridor.
Okay. Guys, you see that Konrad enters this strange section of destroyed walls and disappears from your sight. By the way, it's here. You see the pink?
Yep.
No,
By number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow him, Catvale and Francisco?
Do I have to follow directly behind him, or can I go on the side?
No,
following him?
you have to follow directly behind him. The rubble
Okay.
is, you see that there's so much of it, and it's so jagged that would be very hard for you to move, like, over the ridge of the corridor.
I want to stop and wait at the hole
So you're just waiting here.
of the wall. Yep, at the hole.
Okay, you're waiting here while Catvale, I mean, not Catvale, while you see that the mysterious man enters the corridor.
I'm shaking my head and cursing him out in Eltharin.
So
Do I hear that?
No, but you saw that the man who suddenly appeared in the tent and is now following Konrad followed him into the rubble, and you're just standing here. So
I say, hold it, stranger.
stop right there, criminal scum.
I'm the authority of...
God.
No, that's what he would do. Like, he's going to challenge him. Is like, where are you going?
Do I still have my voice?
I don't think so. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, you have different voice. Dude,
Okay.
it's me, Catvale.
I'm gonna say it kind of hushed, but I'm gonna say, you stupid human, you were supposed to stay at the tent.
Well, hold on, roll an intelligence.
Yeah.
He's a beast, man.
He's the turn skin from yesterday. He grew up.
Yeah.
Are you following my partner?
Konrad? Yeah, that's the plan, wasn't it?
Okay. After that, it's going to be like. By this point, I imagine I know it's Cadvale, and I'm going to be like,
Wow, why would you know that this is Catvale?
because he knows the plan.
Yeah, like the conversation we just had, I'm like referencing it.
So
Yeah.
maybe someone heard the conversation. Like this is
You know, that's
this is completely
Yeah,
different man with different voice. He doesn't look at all like Catvale. You didn't knew that Catvale can do something like that, like out of character.
yeah. So
And
all
remember,
right,
you are.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, you're not convinced.
Were you eavesdropping on us?
Okay, I'm just gonna drop the disguise and be shaking my head at him when I appear as Cadva.
Roll plus 20% willpower to exit the disguise.
Okay. Whoa!
Whoa, just barely.
Yeah.
You were so pissed. You were so pissed that you've almost didn't manage to drop the disguise. But Francisco, suddenly you see that like a ripple of water showed on this stranger's like whole frame, and then in a split second Cadvale is standing there looking pissed.
By the stormy seas, Cadvale. I didn't know it was you. and then
Stormy seas.
and then
Stormy Daniels. No, oh,
Oh, stop. No.
and then I'm like very quickly I'm like, I'm being followed.
I've never been more disappointed in your race.
Well, perhaps your race must be a little more honest with ours. Never
Here,
mind.
you go
that.
first before we lose Konrad. Jesus. Or Isha.
I want to hurry ahead then. He's like, gosh, still perplexed as to seeing such magic.
Cadvale.
I like kick a rock in frustration, like I'm not even being stealthy right now.
You break your toe.
Cadvale, it's you. By the way, I'm being followed. You know that?
Shaking my head.
There are evil doers wanting to do us in. Fortunately, I'm a master tactician, so I've whatever. Okay.
That was some fun roleplay right there.
Yeah.
Konrad, you're making your
Hey,
way.
you gotta play your character.
Yeah, that was a great role playing. Seriously, I'm not even joking right now.
I figured I wouldn't tell you. I would just do it, and yeah, there we are.
Well, here we are.
Oh my Jesus! I mean Isha.
Yeah, I'm like still perplexed. Like, oh crap! All right, where did he go?
You're flabbergasted.
Yeah.
You're bamboozled. No, schmackboozled, right? Sorry.
We're only as quiet as the loudest in the party, I guess.
Konrad, you are making your way through this corridor of sorts, through the rubble. You must pick your way through the debris, and it's not easy. I want you to make me an agility test.
Okay.
Nice. Whoa. You are, and like no jokes here, nothing. You are very subtle and very stealthy. You eventually emerge into a ring of rubble, into a ring inside. Onto a space inside the ring of rubble.
Yeah.
The ground is cleared out to a 10-yard radius around the pavilion. You don't see any guards, but doesn't mean that there are none. Now, but that's unfortunately not all, because Francisco is unknown to you. He is following you. Cadvale, you are also following.
I'm just walking alongside Francisco at this point.
Okay.
Oh, if that's the case, I tell you that there was a hooded figure following me.
Great.
Yeah. So.
Which is why I moved to. Yeah. All right.
I want both of you guys to roll me agility tests. Okay. Right. Cadvale, you want to reroll that?
Oh, I no longer have armor, so I don't have that negative. I forgot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure.
I have one luck
Oh, I
left.
did pass. Sorry. I
have one luck left. I think I'll save it.
Cadvale, you've found out the hard way that this corridor has been artificially made by someone, probably a very skilled engineer, human engineer, to provide a sort of deterrence and an early warning system against intruders. Unfortunately, you've stumbled a few times and fallen on the sharp rocks, taking taking, just let me see.
God damn it, Francisco.
Taking
3 points of damage total.
Alright, I want to see him stumbling, like, is the wound on your leg? Is it
No.
poisoned?
No,
Is it an
no
aching?
toughness or
No,
armor.
you just take 3 points of damage.
I want to say, is the witch's wound getting to you?
Fuck you,
Did I gain
Francis.
that wound back overnight?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I
So
still say it since.
So you take 3.
Okay.
Fortunately, you didn't like start at a small, landslide, so that's good. Konrad, what's your plan? I'm going to... Actually, wait, I need to see if I have the map that I can upload.
Did he hear that behind him?
No.
Okay.
Clang, clang, clang.
You knock over a pots and pans dispensary.
Oh, yeah.
The only filled fruit cart in all of the town gets knocked over, and the oranges go everywhere.
Okay, I have this. Quickly upload it. Wait. Now this. Okay. Shit. Sorry. Okay. In the handout section, or right about now, there should be a new handout called the Green Pavilion. You see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's that. This is it. And that's what it looks like, Konrad. That's how it looks like, Konrad.
Okay.
You are I think there's even a small like side alley here, bottom left side. You're standing
Okay.
there. How do you want to approach it?
I feel like at this point I have nothing to fear from it, so I'm gonna go. It looks like there's a front entrance to the bottom right there, sort of, right?
Okay, so you just
I'm gonna go to the pavilion and flap and look inside.
okay. So you just walk towards the pavilion. As you make your way there, 2 men exit this place. One of them wears fine clothing, consisting of a green shirt, black breeches, and brown leather boots. A short black cape hangs from his shoulders and is tied around his neck with a silver clasp. You see that he has a sword at his hip and a hammer. He's a clearly cultured man, rather good looking. He has this tight smile on his lips. The other man is the other man also wears fine though worn clothing, consisting of blue pantaloons and a white shirt beneath a red vest. Low brown leather shoes cover his feet, and you see that there are a lot of flyers tucked behind his belt. He also has a very nice looking sword at his hip. He has a more troubled look around on his face. "Welcome, Einherr," says the first man loudly. By the way, Francisco and Cadway, we hear that. "How can we help you? What brings you to our place, eh?"
Good day, gentlemen. Is one of you Dieter von Dorf?
I am, in fact, says the first man. "Dieter van Dorf at your service, leader of the Heralds of a New Dawn." And he smiles, this with this 100 gold crowns smile.
Mm-hmm.
His teeth is very white, very nice.
Yes. I was curious. we are investigating a matter. And
Roll minus 10 perception, please.
Character sheet go. Perception.
I whisper to you in chat, Jason.
Okay.
You see that you spot the top third of a wineskin poking out of Dieter's white belt. A stylized serpent motif can be seen embossed onto the leather. It is the motif of Burger Felix Wendt, and the same as those seen by you when you visited Boris Leigard. Yeah. You also see the open tent, Konrad, and you see a couple of men there moving elaborate actors' costumes away from the entrance.
Okay.
So, how can I help you, sir? We are quite busy. If it's all the same to you, unless it's not very important, says Dieter with this wide but very fake smile.
I say, I don't know. Do you think that murder is important?
Excuse me, sir? They look at each other. We know the tall man with the shorter man at his side. They look at you. I don't understand the joke. If it is, in fact, a joke, sir. Cadveo and Francisco, you see Conrad's back.
Do we also see that
You
the
hear that
details?
No, you don't, but you
Okay.
hear that he speaks to someone, and you hear Konrad saying the word loudly, murder.
I don't know if you could see the whispers, but I said to Francisco, "What is he doing?" And then Jason
Yeah.
said, "I don't know." And I said he was supposed to go back to the tent. I don't know what he's doing, but be ready.
I see it, Brian. Just
Okay.
didn't reply, but I see everything. Cool stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Dieter looks at you, Francisco, and he's like, "What are you talking about, sir? I don't understand."
Not to Francisco.
Sorry, though, to Konrad. I don't understand.
There was a man poisoned by that very type of wineskin that you have in your belt there. I need you to come with me to face a judicial panel.
Dieter looks at the wineskin, hanging from his belt under his cloak. He looks at you, he looks at wineskin, he looks at the man to his left. He looks at you and he's like, right. Friends, he points, he addresses the entrance to the tent. And you see that 5 men emerge from the tent. They are all males and females. They all wear quality clothing, and they all have swords in their hands. Friends, be so kind, kill this man.
I draw. Okay.
And
I want out, kill.
yeah, and that's something that you didn't expected, Konrad. Just so you know, Francisco and Cadveo, you also hear that. Kill this man. And the heralds rush you, Konrad,
Yeah.
including Dieter and his assistant. So now we go into initiative.
Yeah.
Now, wow. Yeah, disappointed sigh. Wow, but kudos for the Kaimon. Nice, Brian.
So he has a drinking flask.
Yeah.
So it's. Did he only buy one?
Konrad, you only saw the one flask.
Yeah, but did we find out that he only, like, how many did this person buy from? Do we have those numbers?
I don't remember honestly.
No,
Because
yeah, I don't think he gave us the numbers of flasks that the guy bought. But it would be.
I thought it did
notes.
say the numbers.
No,
I thought it was only one.
Boris
and
Boris Leigard, the maker of the poison, told you that he sold 3 vials to Van Dorf.
Oh, 3 vials to Van. Okay.
And that Van Dorf paid with gold.
Right.
Okay.
So that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh.
we're rolling initiative here.
Yeah, we are.
And it's -10 for full mail.
It's -10 for full mayo, and I just need to quickly check. Okay. Who's making notes? I want you to note the initiative order.
All right.
So I am going to roll first for Dieter. Okay, Dieter is 57. Now his henchman, wow, is 33, and the 5 men and women, sorry, are 41.
Yeah. So I got a 34 with my -10.
You have 34, okay. Cadveo and Francisco, of course, you also roll.
Okay.
I got with my -10, 71.
Yeah. Brian, if you're saying this, you are saying this like as half, as a quick action to Francisco.
Oh shit! I won't say that then.
Okay. I mean, not as a half action, but as a quick action. Just
Okay.
saying. Do you say that?
Does Jace
Well,
What did you get, Conrad?
You see, you guys see.
This is happening really quick, so.
Yeah, you guys see
Yeah.
that Konrad is preparing to fight for his life, and that a large group of men and women rush him. Interestingly enough, they're not shouting anything. It looks like they want to do this quickly, quietly, and cleanly. They're not fast.
I'm not saying anything, man. I'm just getting my bow out.
You're getting your bow out. Okay. So, like...
I want to,
Yeah.
Shit.
It's gonna give away our position.
No. Alright, what was your roll, Conrad?
34.
Yeah, 34.
34. Alright, and then mine, I haven't rolled yet. I need to roll. It's just a d10, right?
Yeah, plus
3
your
plus,
initiative.
so, 56.
You don't have
I'll
one,
get,
right?
yeah. I'll copy all these
Okay.
once I get them down.
Okay, so anyway, Cadveo, you're first. What are you doing?
I'm firing into the people that have not yet charged.
Okay, just let me tell you how this looks. Maybe I'll try and upload. You know what? I'm going to remove the map. Okay, I'm going to drop this map here. Okay, and then I'm going to upload the map for the camp, for the green pavilion. I don't know, pavilion. Pavilion. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah, it's really hot today here, and I don't really think straight. So excuse me for the stuttering stuff like that. I don't really. I don't feel too good during the hot days. Yeah. So excuse me. Okay, guys. So this is how it looks. I'm going to freehand this. This here is Konrad.
Well, that's weird how that pasted, but that's the order.
Okay. Here, and here are the men and women running towards him. You guys, tell me if you see, of course, all of the dots. You guys are somewhere here and here. And Francisco, you are behind Cadveo. Cadveo, you don't see too much. You see movement, and you see like a large group of people running towards Konrad, and you can shoot, but there will be modifiers, minus modifiers.
Heavy modifiers?
No, minus 10.
Okay. Okay.
But on a botch, you might hit Konrad, just so you know.
Okay, I have 1 luck left for that.
So you're shooting
Alright.
one of the evildoers. Shoot.
I'd like to hit 3 different ones and give the impression that there's a lot more of us than they think.
You've just pulled out your bow, honestly. So, but you know what? Okay, sure, you can use multiple shot. Okay.
Okay.
But remember, first one is minus 10, and if you are using multiple shot, you can't aim. So first one is minus 10, second one is minus 20, and third one is minus 30 if you are doing that.
And I'll save my luck if something bad happens.
Okay.
Okay.
First roll, minus
First
10.
one.
Okay. Second one. Third
Nice.
one. No.
No on the third one. Okay.
I presume like the 2 shots were into 2 different people.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll for the first one. Damage. Five plus.
Damage 3, but I have mighty shot, and I have the elven bow is armor piercing, and I also have I thought I had a skill that did something with armor too, but I'm not seeing it. Marksman, is that it?
No, marksman gives you bonuses to shooting, just in general.
Okay, I'm not seeing the other skill then.
But that doesn't really matter.
Weapon,
okay, so the first one is 3 plus 3, 5 plus 3 plus 1, because you have mighty shot, so it's 9 total.
Yeah. Okay.
Konrad, a few arrows, a bunch of arrows, flew past your head. One of them embedded into the arm of one of the heralds. The man howled in pain. The other struck another herald into the same arm. Roll for the second damage, Bran.
It's
Okay.
the same.
Yeah. The third one just flew somewhere else. You know that you're not alone, but you will probably need to move a bit to make way for your comrades to emerge. Nice. So, but first, you see that the man in question, Dieter van Dorf, the evildoer extraordinaire, he charges you with hammer in one hand and sword in the other. Normally, a fighter like that would probably yell something, but this man has this look of focus, cold determination on his face. There's no fury there, just cold calculation. And perhaps obedience? You're not sure. He launches a devastated strike towards your knee.
Okay.
You want to parry or dodge?
So I have a shield, so how does that work?
You can dodge, you can parry. In that case, you roll for your weapon skill. If you pass, you've parried the blow. Shields also give enemies shooting at you a minus 10 modifier to hit.
Okay.
He strikes you with his sword while feinting with the hammer.
Alright, let me...
I presume that you had your weapon drawn, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, I was going to draw it.
Yeah. Now let's say that you had drawn it. Same with
Okay.
Francisco. You have shield in your left arm, on your left arm,
Yeah.
right? You do know that without weapon in your other hand, the shield does not work like that. You have to.
What does it work like?
You can't parry with it. Like you don't have automatic parry. Automatic parry only works with shields if you have second weapon.
Okay.
You can still parry with it, and it will work normally, but you must declare that.
Alright.
And you can have weapon in your other hand because your other hand is not responsive. You can strike with your shield, by the way, if you wish to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do dodge blow because I'm actually slightly better with dodge blow
Excellent.
than I am with parry.
Okay, let's see. Nice, you've
Yeah.
dodged. Yeah. You've jumped away from Dieter's low blow, no pun intended, just in time. And now it's time for for Francisco.
I am going to just be up next to Cadvale.
Okay, you like as a quick as a free action, you know that unless someone will help.
I'm pretty much not moving at this point.
Mm.
I'm waiting to react.
But do you want to move? If you want to move, you can.
No.
Okay. So
How close am I to Cadvale?
you are right behind him, but you know
Yeah,
that
that's
Cadvale
fine.
will
Yep.
probably won't move. He's an archer, and in front
Yes.
there's a comrade who's being swarmed by a bunch of men and women.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So the men and women in question. Konrad, you are situated in such place that that realistically only 3 opponents can fight with you,
Okay.
because you're right at the entrance to this corridor, rubble corridor,
Right.
so to speak.
Mhm.
So that's good. Let's see. Let's see how they will. A man wearing gaudy, good-looking clothes runs towards you with a sword and tries to slash you on the arm. Parry.
Yeah. I can do it with my shield here. I don't roll the parries.
Yeah.
Yay!
You've passed? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You've blocked the strike really well. Oh, nice. A woman strikes you from the other side, but you've quickly turned her blade aside with your own sword.
Yep.
Very nice. And now I believe it's your turn.
All right.
You know that you have your comrades behind you.
Mhm.
You also know that you won't be able to stand alone against these men and women for long.
All right. I'm going to do so now. I have the parry
Stance?
ability or whatever. So there's something about if I use swift attack, I can reserve one of my attacks as a parry. Is that how that works? So would that be an
no,
extra parry?
if you have quick parry.
Yeah, I have.
There's
I have
there's
lightning.
parrying stance.
Well, no, I have lightning parry.
Like
Yes.
yeah, so you can do that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you have
okay.
in that case, how many attacks do you have?
I have 3 attacks.
So in that case, you would have 2 attacks. One you would
Yeah.
reserve for parrying. You would have
Right.
an automatic parry from your shield, and you would be able to dodge.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
I have
I'm gonna-
lightning parry too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want
Actually-
to strike a single person, or do you want to distribute the hits?
No, I want to focus all of my attacks on Dieter. I want to kill him.
Okay, very well. In that case, you rain down blows on Dieter van Dorf, the bastard. Roll.
Out of character, like is your character just super headstrong and decided to go straight to the? Like you're supposed to go back to the tent, right?
Well, honestly, Konrad didn't understand what the hell what your plan was. It was just like, what? It was like, what? You guys are doing what?
Well, we're in it now, so.
I was like, I'm going to find this bitch. That's what I'm doing. All right.
Yeah, this party, man.
Okay, first attack. Did it do anything? Apparently not. Let's try again. Swinks. First one misses.
Yeah, you've tried to strike Dieter, but he simply fell to one knee, avoided the blow. Then you try to slash at him again.
God damn it.
And yeah, it goes even worse, unfortunately. All right, we have new round. Oh, and you prepare to defend yourself, of course, Konrad.
Yeah.
We have new round. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Is there anyone else? Oh, there's one more henchman after me, supposedly.
No,
But he can't get in there. All right, we're good.
Oh yeah, there is one after you.
I think. Well,
Oh yeah,
think
there
he
is,
updated
yeah.
the guy with the pamphlets.
Yeah, the guy with the pamphlets, but he stays behind. Okay, we have new round. Cadvale, you see that the situation is dire. Konrad is fighting against unfavorable odds, and he won't last long without your help. And Francisco is lurking behind you like a little bitch. Just kidding, Francisco. Don't get mad.
I'm a cripple for one.
Yeah, I know. You're going to cripple them to death.
Well,
Yeah. So what are you doing? You see that at least 3 men are fighting with him, and there are more waiting, to step into the place of their fallen comrades.
Could I use one of my shots to speak to say something to Francisco?
You
Or
can.
is that like a free action?
You can see it as a free action.
Okay. Get ready to cover him.
Okay. Yeah. Francisco, you've heard that.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
how I respond.
All right.
So,
How do you want to do this, Bran? First of all, you are shooting into the melee, so you can either take minus 20 modifier. Actually, wait. You can shoot normally, but there is a chance that you will hit Konrad.
Could he shoot normally at the people waiting?
No, because there's Konrad in front. There are 3 people in
Alright.
front, and then
Okay, I wasn't sure if we were like in an elevated position or.
no, unfortunately.
Alright.
Now, an aimed shot, that gives me a bonus modifier, right?
Yes, and that way you won't hit your friend, but it will be only a single shot.
Okay, I'm going to do an aimed shot right at Dieter's neck.
Okay, but that's not going to be that easy. Okay, that will be. Okay.
Oh,
well,
would it be easier for somebody else? Or?
no, because Konrad is in front of you in a narrow entrance, and there are 3 people attacking him. They are all moving, all swinging their weapons. It's hard for you to pinpoint single one of them and aim for a specific part. You can do that, but there will be modifiers.
Could I just try to hit them?
Yeah, but
just the normal 3 shots then?
But you are still shooting into melee,
Yeah.
which works like that. You can shoot into melee, but you gain a minus 20% to ballistic skill when shooting. You can, of course, shoot without this modifier, but
aiming?
yeah, but I mean, you don't get this modifier, but after the roll, I will randomly allocate the shot.
Okay.
So how do you want to do this?
I just want to dump 3 arrows in there.
Okay, so
That's
okay,
like
so
time is precious, so yeah.
so 3 times minus 20, or
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, 3 times minus 20.
Okay, so first is minus 20, the second is minus 30, the fourth is minus 40.
Okay.
All into the same target.
Different targets.
So 3 different targets. Very well. Which one is the first target? Dieter or someone else?
Dieter.
Okay. Roll minus 20 into Dieter.
So I need a 59.
Let's see.
If it's 79, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's minus 20.
No. Yeah. The first arrow flew in between Dieter and Konrad. Konrad and and Dieter. It's Konrad. Once again, you've spotted an arrow flying past your ear. By the way, Brian, remember, to count your arrows, right?
Yeah, I have 4 left at the start of this round, so I'm gonna have 1 left next round.
Okay. Second arrow, minus 30.
Need a 49.
Yep.
I'm using that my last luck. I'm using my last luck.
Okay, last luck goes.
Well saved.
Woo!
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Hi.
That
that
was
a
a
critical?
luck well used.
Konrad, you sneezed just as an arrow went over your head that was aiming for the back of your neck.
You've hit one of the arrows into the eye. Roll damage.
Oh.
Could it be Dieter?
No, unfortunately, it was
No.
a different target. 7 plus.
+4.
Okay. One of the heralds, which was already wounded, got an arrow into the eye and fell down to the ground, gurgling horribly before dying.
That's
Yeah.
one of the men and women. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just counting.
Yeah, the arrow went through the back of his head. Konrad, you saw that. You also hear Dieter yelling, "They have an archer! Kill the archer!" Stuff like that. Okay, and the third arrow is minus 40, Brian.
Okay, I need a 39.
Yeah?
Nope.
No, the third arrow just flew somewhere. Well, it probably embedded itself into the fabric of the pavilion. Now, Dieter, as a second reaction, he calmly says to you, Konrad, "You must die, sir." And then he simply unleashes his own flurry of attacks against you. First. And that was
Stabbed himself in the groin.
that was it for Dieter van Dorf. Because when he said, "You must die," you simply smashed him into the face with your shield and ran him through with your sword. Dieter van Dorf fell to the ground, spitting blood. You hear the herald with the pamphlets, "Dieter, no!" You know, crying something like that. And that was it. Right, Francisco, you're up. You saw what happened.
Yep. I'm going to move up. I'm going to yell, "You're all surrounded. Drop your weapons!" And then I'm going to get alongside
Dieter?
Konrad.
Konrad. And
Yes, by next to Dieter and like pretend I
Okay.
did that.
You try and attack the woman fighting to his right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know, you will be probably attacked next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Does my challenge fall on false ears?
You don't know. That said, you are
Okay.
approaching the woman who is desperately trying to kill Konrad,
Yes.
and you are smashing
Yeah.
her with your shield. You are fighting with your offhand weapon, with your offhand.
Yes.
So that's minus 20%, but
Yep.
plus 10% from your comrade. So only
Okay.
minus 10.
And do I have any other minuses stacked up?
Let me quickly check my. Oops. Let me quickly check my notes, which I have here.
Because I know my one hand is inoperable.
With that hand only. No. You have you will have minus modifiers only to your right arm.
Okay.
So it's like only 20 because
Alright.
you are using your left, but only minus 10 because you have your comrade. So minus 10% roll.
All right. Shield to the face.
Unfortunately, not.
I want to use a luck.
You
I
use
feel
your
like I-
okay. Use your luck. Nice.
go.
Nice.
The woman will try and dodge. She desperately tries to avoid your strike. She doesn't have anything to parry.
Nice.
You've smashed the edge of your shield into her windpipe. She falls to the ground, choking to death. Simply put.
That's some shield, huh?
Yeah,
I know. We're
Uh,
shield brothers.
shield bros.
Shield
An
bro.
elven shield.
Now, the remaining 4. No, it's more than 4. There were supposed to be 8.
There's 3 henchmen left. Then there is Dieter's henchmen.
Yeah.
So the
And that's it.
Yeah. So the
There's
remaining
4 total.
yeah. So the remaining 4. 2 of them rush you, Konrad. 2 of them rush you, Francisco.
Is there enough room to get
Yes.
2 on 2?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
especially since you've had to move a little bit like forward in front of Konrad to strike the woman that was on his right.
Okay.
So yeah, but still, to attack Francisco, to attack Konrad, to attack you. Let's start with you, Jason. Once again, they're not shouting anything. They're just moving in for the kill. First of all, yeah, the first one, you've struck him with the flat, with the flat surface of your shield. The man fell to the ground and cracked his head open on a jagged piece of rock. Brain splattered everywhere.
Yay.
Combat.
Yeah. Second one managed to hit. He jumped over the corpse of his friend, still twitching corpse, I might add, and he delivered a devastating blow towards your shoulder. You can only dodge.
I will do that then. My dodge got a little better. Yeah, I've got maxed out dodge blow.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer encumbered by armor.
By mail. Fortunately, you've managed to avoid the blow just in time. Konrad, the two evildoers, both of them women actually, run towards you. Yeah. However, you're a well-known incel, you won't have any of it. Yeah. Okay, let's see the first one. The first one tried to strike your head, but you simply put your shield and sword in front of you and stop the blow. The second then went high, also for your neck. You simply moved away. Very nice. Konrad. Okay, like this row still still counts. So I'm not going to roll for him, but only one woman attacked you, and the other one was the pamphlet guy. But he's after you, so let's just say that that it was his turn this turn. Okay, I mean that's his roll this turn. Yeah. So right now you only have this single woman fighting you. And it's your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay. I'm just going to keep on swift attacking with reserving the third attack, or my third attack for parry.
Okay.
And I'm going to I'll deal first blow to the pamphlet guy.
No. Like I said, the pamphlet guy will attack you after your turn, but I won't roll for him because I've already rolled. He failed.
Okay.
So you only have a single woman fighting you.
Okay, then I'll just attack her twice.
Twice, okay.
So
okay, yeah, sure.
So first, okay, hit.
Nice. Wait. She will try and she desperately tries to jump away from your blow, aimed towards her arm. She failed. Roll damage, please.
Okay. Oops. D10 plus, so that's plus another 5, I think, because I've got Mighty Blow and a strength of 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I did 10 total to her.
Okay, 10 total to her. You've slashed her arm very badly. She yelled in agony, but, your sword, you've quickly pulled it back for another strike, and then you deliver said strike.
Minus 10, I believe.
Towards the herald, towards the middle of her torso. Roll damage because she's not doing anything.
Ah.
6.
So,
yeah? Okay.
So 6.
The blow practically slid over her leather jerkin. You've drew blood, but not much. After that, the pamphlet-wielding herald jumped towards you, and he screamed, "You killed Dieter! You killed Dieter!" And he tried to slash you with his very fine-looking weapon, but you simply just swatted it away. It's clear that this man doesn't really know how to fight that well. Dieter was good fencer, but even still, you were better. Now we have new round. We have Cadveo. Cadveo, you saw what happened. The odds are beginning to look better for your comrades. There are only 3 to 1. There are only 3 of the heralds fighting your band.
We still need one alive. How long does the cloak take to work? The shroud.
What do you mean?
Like, could I take the form of Dieter and say, "Stop! The imposter's been killed"?
That didn't work out well last time you went camouflaged.
It doesn't.
Oh, he's back! Get him! Get him, Konrad!
It doesn't work like that. These men and women saw their leader get killed. They won't believe it, like not even for a single second. Maybe an orc would, but not this many women. Yeah.
It's worth bringing up. I'm gonna do an aimed shot with my last arrow then.
Towards whom?
Somebody that's not wounded yet, I guess.
But are you shooting at the single herald fighting Francisco, or at one of 2 heralds fighting Konrad?
I'm gonna help Konrad out.
Okay, so you are aiming at the pamphlet man. Okay, so it's like minus 20, but plus 20, so your basic ballistic skill.
Okay.
Nice. Roll damage. You've shot him in the leg with your last arrow.
Pressure.
Nice.
Nice.
So it's like 13 total, I believe?
12.
12 total.
Rip his leg off with an arrow.
12 total. Alright. You've unleashed the arrow, and the arrow sunk deep into the man's leg, into the man's upper leg. He howled, and Konrad, you saw what happened. You know that Cadveo is with you. He's covering your 6.
Yeah.
Thanks, guy. Yeah. The pamphlet wielding herald is heavily wounded. The arrow practically went almost through. And that was the last of your arrows, Cadveo. Now we have Dieter is dead. So now we have Francisco. Francisco, you fight the lone herald.
All right, and he's unwounded.
Yeah.
What's he armed with?
Sword, like all of them.
All right, just a sword. All right, I am going to swift attack
with your shield, with your left arm. Okay, so minus 20 first attack.
Okay. Can I do multiple attacks with just one weapon?
Of course.
Okay, yeah.
That's
a hit.
He tries to avoid the blow. Wait a second. He did. He avoided the blow. Second strike will be minus 30.
So I need a 40 or less.
Alright. Nice. You've smashed the edge of your shield on his arm. Roll damage. Shield is strength minus something.
Minus 2.
Minus 2. So total of...
So I have strike mighty, strength 5, strike mighty blow makes it 6.
So it's
5 makes it 11 minus 2 is 9.
9. Okay, 9. Okay, yeah, you've almost certainly broke something in the man's shoulder. He howled, but he's still up. You have your third strike.
Third strike. Nice.
And this time you've smacked him right in the middle of the solar plexus. Roll damage.
Oh goodness!
Oh! Weapon skill.
This is the best combat we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I'm glad I followed that stranger.
Beats him to death with a shield.
I hit him again.
D10.
All right.
Yeah. You've simply embedded your shield into the man's middle chest. He vomited blood. Bent almost in half, and fell to the ground dead. Very
Nice.
nice. Yeah, so now, Konrad, you still have two ruffians attacking you.
Okay.
The female herald,
Mm-hmm.
with look of, desperate fury in her eyes, raises her sword, and she drops it down on you.
She goes down on me. Okay.
And and she fails. You've simply avoided her
She-
blow.
She
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
I avoided her blow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
and now the guy is going down on you. Yeah, but he is fighting more cautiously. He tries to prepare his defenses, and he hits you in the leg. Are you going to parry or dodge?
I'm gonna dodge.
Dodge.
You're gonna dodge the blow.
Dodge that blow.
Oh,
Oh.
Turns into a 69.
Yeah. Everyone's going down on each other now.
Yeah.
porn hammer.
On a roll willpower.
Yeah.
Technically,
Okay, pass.
right now I don't have another.
You don't want to spend another luck?
Well, do I have 3 fate points or do I have 2?
How many do you have on your character sheet?
Well, the original was just 2, so I've already used 2 luck today.
Yeah, but I know that you.
You did a background, right?
I know that
I haven't done one yet.
I know that you will prepare me a good background. So let's say that you have 3, and spend your third luck.
Zoinks. There,
Nice.
That's better.
The pervert almost got you with the old 69, but fortunately you've managed to avoid his lewd advances. No, just kidding. I mean, the man's skill with the sword is not exceptional, but he is skilled enough. He almost caught you low in the legs, but just in time, you've avoided the blow. You don't really know how. It's like thanks to your tail.
Yeah.
So that was it, and actually I think he was supposed to be after you. So okay, yeah. So roll
Now
now.
it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing, which is swift attack, reserve 1 for lightning parry,
Okay.
just in case.
Are you going to attack one and then the other?
Yeah. So what I was going to do was I'm going to try to, with the first attack, try to kill the woman because I hit her pretty good, and then with the second attack, I'm going to try to strike to stun the guy.
You can do that.
I can't?
You strike to stun is if you are making multiple attacks, it's like it's like a single multi-action.
Okay.
So
Well then I'll just attack. I'll just do one attack to each of them, but I'll do the first one on her and the second one on him.
Okay, so first one goes to the woman. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
you've almost got her head. Sorry. Yeah, you've almost managed to slash the top of her head, but she avoided the blow, even though she was off balance after that devastating strike she unleashed before. And then you switch the grip on the sword, and you drive it towards the pamphlet man.
Yeah.
-10. Nice. And the pamphlet man will try and block because he is skilled enough to do that. And yeah, he managed to put his sword just in time in front of his chest to stop your blow. Nice. And now it would be his turn. He would, of course, do the whole rolling. There would be jokes, ha ha ha, and nothing would happen. But still, you've spent your 3 luck points. We have new round, and now we have Catvale. You're all out of ammo.
Yeah. Could I try to tackle the pamphlet guy?
No, because in the entrance stands Konrad. Right next to him stands Francisco, and the pamphlet guy and the woman are to the right side of Konrad. You would have to make me an agility test just to go past Francisco and Konrad, and then maybe next turn you could try and do something about them.
Okay, could I try that? Like,
of course, roll me an agility first.
Don't bug.
Oh, Jesus.
You
guys, let me through!
actually, you've rushed towards Francisco. Francisco, you, perhaps because of the transformation that you saw today of the mysterious man appearing in the tent, you've reacted faster than you thought, and you thought that another interloper, another villain, attacks you from behind without even thinking that it's Cadvale. You've simply smacked him in the face with your shield.
Nice.
Cadvale.
I mean,
Cadvale fell to the ground senseless. Cadvale, you're out of combat, but
now
you haven't lost any wounds.
that's still your fault.
Yeah, that was,
Game on!
that was pretty good. Okay, so where's
That was a backswing I was about to do because I go next.
Yeah, now Dieter, you're up. What are you going to do?
Dieter's dead. So
Sorry, Francisco.
okay. I want to do swift attack only against the woman. Throw all my attacks at her.
You have to approach her.
Okay.
So approach and attack.
So,
and you don't
alright.
get plus 10 because Konrad
it's
is
one-on-one
also,
at this point.
it's also fighting against the pamphlet man. So you just strike her with minus 20. Roll.
Single attack?
Yeah.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice.
She doesn't do anything, so roll damage. It goes to the head, by the way.
Oh, nice.
How much?
So, 15 total.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, Basher burns out.
Yeah. Konrad, you saw that Francisco appeared out of nowhere and brained the woman, literally. He caved the right side of her skull in. She fell to the ground, with this horrible, disgusting, bloody mass coming from her head. You see with some degree of horror and fascination that Francisco's shield is essentially just splattered in blood and other things. He's killing only with his shield. You never saw anything like that. Okay, and now it's your turn because you are before the pamphlet man.
Okay. I am gonna try to brain him this time. I'm gonna try to strike this stun. So I just get one attack.
No, if you want to kill him, just make multiple attacks.
Well, no, but I want to try to strike the stun so that we can tie him up and.
You have strike to stun?
Yes, I do.
Let me quickly see how strike to stun works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. All I know is that if I hit them, I guess they have to make a toughness test or they're stunned.
Okay, so first of all, strike him. Roll weapon skill.
Okay. God damn it.
Doesn't matter. You've tried to strike him with the flat of your blade. He deflected it, and then he tries to run you through with his sword. He failed. His hands are shaking. Cadvale, you are laying on the ground and it's like, you see that 5 shields hovering above you. Flying shields above your head. Francisco, you're up.
Alright, I'm trying to see, I think I have strike to injure.
And strike to injure means that you have bonuses on the critical table. So
I do have strike to stun.
Roll.
So how does that work?
You roll weapon skill first. You want to strike to stun him?
Yes.
Roll weapon skill. Plus 10. Nice. Now, You managed to hit him. In that case, we are making counter strength test. I'm making for
Okay.
him. You're rolling. Roll.
Don't you do a toughness test?
So
No. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Brian is
Like
right.
he does a strength and you do a toughness, right?
No. It's toughness. In both cases.
Okay.
alright.
No, wait a
So-
second. Shite. Sorry, guys. Second. Oh yeah. No, it's strength. I was right. It's counter strength test, not toughness.
It's about the same for me.
I mean, it makes sense because you are using your strength to just, Okay, so, well, nice roll. I'll show roll for him. Okay, and now how this works is... you actually gain plus 10 for every point of armor for, like... Okay, no. How this works is right now you've won, but now right now I have to make a toughness test for him with a plus 10 for every point of armor worn on his head. However, he doesn't wear anything on his head. Yeah, he doesn't. And if I lose, he will be out for 1d10 rounds. So
Alright.
now I have to just pass him toughness test. Let's see.
He dies.
Yeah, Francisco the Shield. Francisco,
Gosh.
you did the old Captain America. Essentially, you've just slipped your shield from the from its restraints, grabbed it by the edge, raised it above your head, and smashed the man clapped the man to the ground. The pamphlet man fell to the ground, losing all of his pamphlets. They flew in all directions. He is out. He is cold.
Is he dead?
No, you are
Okay.
for a split
Alright.
second you are afraid that he might be, but you hear very, very like what's a very silent like moaning coming from him. You are victorious. You are standing in front of the green pavilion. The bodies of the heroes of New Dawn surrounding you. Most of them killed with a shield.
Yeah. Horrible shield wounds.
Yes.
And then one with an arrow.
One with an arrow to the eye. That said, Konrad, Konrad the steam tank, stood his ground and just took everything they threw at him. You are victorious. You think that you will be able to find a lot of answers in this camp. This mysteriously, situated camp, far from the main body of the crusade, deep within this maze of rubble. Even though Dieter van Dorf, the leader of the Heralds of a New Dawn, is dead, his perhaps second in command is not. Even now, you look at Dieter's corpse and you clearly see the wineskin, tackled behind his belt, covered in blood. The same wineskin that you saw so many times before during the last couple of days. You guess that you'll get answers from this man. But the answers will have to wait, because we are ending for today.
Cool.
That was it, guys. And next time we are starting part 2 of the scenario. Yeah, that's... let me tell you, this... Yeah, it's going really well. And this combat was excellent.
That was hilarious.
That was a good session.
Yeah. Okay, guys, just so as not to, like overdo this whole thing. The session was excellent. Everyone gets 100 points today. So I'll be sure that you'll be able to just buy something. Next time, I'll swear we will do the step-by-step points distribution. Yeah, but I kind of need to get to bed right now because I'm just not feeling well, that tired. Sorry. So
Is it okay if I roll for finding my arrows real quick? Because I know next time I'll forget.
okay. Well, I mean, one of the arrows you can't really get. Well, actually, yeah, you can. You can. How many arrows did you fire?
7.
Roll 7 times. Roll 6 times for perception.
Perception. Okay.
Nice. Oh. Okay. So
Is
2
that 2?
plus 1, so it's
Okay.
3 total. And now roll for each of those arrows d10. 1 5 means that you've got it back. Yep. No.
Okay, so I had 2.
Yeah, you've got 2 arrows back.
Okay.
Nice. So how did you like the game, guys? I really enjoyed it, I must say.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was one of the best sessions in a while, I think. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to remove the map with the heralds right now from the main screen because we don't need it anymore, and bring back the Wolfenburg map.
I'm glad I followed that stranger.
Yeah,
That was a gaggle.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have sucked if you stayed at the tent for all that.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was walking straight there.
Yeah. Just a very quick one. Let's try and make some organizing now. I guess 5th of July.
I think I can.
Or was 5th no go for someone? I don't remember.
It's a holiday weekend.
Oh yeah. So I think it's
I'm
out.
trying to think if I think I have something going on one of those nights. I don't know if it's
Okay, so let's just
4th or the 5th.
let's just make it maybe 12 in that case.
Yeah, 12th is easy to do.
Yeah.
12
Should
is
work
fine.
for-
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll call Andy.
Same.
Maybe he'll be able to attend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing it at the same time, half hour early, or is that? Are we sticking with that, or are we going back to?
If that's okay with you, yeah, we could.
Works for me.
Works
I
for
mean,
me.
it's fine for me. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think that would be even better. Half an hour
Okay.
earlier. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, cool. So, thanks for the game, guys. I really enjoyed it. I'll see you all on 12th. And yeah, just Francisco, Jason, you should really make a sketch with this.
The broken arm and the shield.
Yeah,
Just
a guy with
bash
a
him,
broken
pulls the
arm.
brains out.
Yeah, a guy with a broken arm and a shield in his offhand killed at least 4 people.
Just imagine if we got him a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
There's a few laying around.
there's a few laying around, and the man that you've clapped, Jason, has a very nice sword.
Oh yeah, we gotta search him.
Yeah.
Next
Like
time.
next time you'll be searching off the camp. We'll roll. Don't worry. You'll be probably much richer after that session. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that session was great. I seriously, wow.
And
Thanks.
we'll have all these flasks of wine we can drink.
Yeah, chokeweed, delicious.
Joke,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got antitoxins, so.
See you later, Phil. Take care.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Notes are
Later.
posted.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Cool.
Hey.